machoni sinto ne bae ni nyina no omunim say Dr. Mahmood Bawumia oni ho fo eye omu a ye de campaign eso a omu no enipa no bi ene omu a ye de nema ma omu mu fa sika nko mu fa resources nko omu na kwan bi so no o ma manage ni ye o ma nwene sabe nkurimdi a ye pe die no no mu de ye toto nema na asebasa ekofa de we nyina eba na emom sise de omu ne nyina ye be kan bom akorate wrongs no na obi adi bibi be siri so no omu hwa say ade a so de kwaye no ene ni pe o se ne saka no ne nsa atumi aka wo se Dr. Bawumia eni ho for. And again, I am happy Dr. Ayu ebusa one question. Say, what polling station be, what electoral area be away adwuma e vote so ete ye no so ujetum say enye Dr. Bawumia enfom so say eno de obi akran for Dr. Bawumia di emem ehonum. So one thing was clear. Omunu say yes abani ekoto niema esisi ye ma yedi nkuguo no ye nyina na yedi ho for ende de ho so bo ekobo Dr. Mahmood Bawumia enye yi na minim say atwema Nwabeja South for enra there were some sports nipa ba ku miri bu ho no a minianam identify omu ma me a ye besa akọ eni omu akodi nkomo biom, but I am so confident say yes adwuma chema boat ene first anom equalizer nom munyina makabo mu amoye honum edema Dr. Mahmood Bawumia, and of course nkunimdie no ebeba enra mene lantini num asia edidi nkoma ema me hu say yes as they have promised 75 to 80%, you know, ebeba, and I was so confident enra niema me hu ye say indeed ebeba. Commissioner police retired Irajo to for Monabason Wabwa papa ma oil no indeed swaba honum komo bebe so na miniam menamfo for ewo atwemango beja sad so eba me home enemy be die, and I'm taking notice of it ni nyina no madam ekwa yebesa ba se na eba bedi mu nkomo enra no na I was me ba na medi mani ebehebi. That is why I drove all the way from Serinzara say na minim say time no I need to make it up into no da masepa na me inshram afi ene obesan atoa ne campaign so na ne akasoso no ode eno so akogu. And that is that na team no Adu Tamale Dr. Mahmood Bawumia owie Eastern region na warum our Tamalia warum what Tamalia na say the northern region, Savannah, northeast, upper east, upper west, meaning say ompie wonum na just wa cover constituencies a ewo ho no mu nyina na enra mene womu edi nkomo a mete se omu awram ewo Tamale gave me memories. I remember the 2023 presidential primaries, you know, it was September, October, and awram ewo Tamale. It was a learning curve. It was a very nice experience. From one constituency to one constituency, you know, we went to travel there 3 hours, 3 hours 30 minutes. Na enyasem kitu akra. Inti I wish all of you well. I mean come home omo by na onton super engu enkomodia Dr. Mahmood Bawumia and team nyina and party for omo the northern part of Ghana, Savannah, northeast, northern region, upper east, upper west, and no more akodi enkomo ewo hinyanum onton super nguso na enye fruitful. Sharak Bawumia Oheneba seba na yenhe videos kakra from parliament to campaign Dr. Bawumia here, any decisions are abanyi eteki yenkonko tie bi Mahmood Bawumia. Do you know why enra me ko forukro me ko 3 places enra ye ko Odotobiri ye free Odotobiri ena e ba Bosontwe ena e ba ofurukro. I'm beginning to appreciate that
the vote now on the last election e be kosoro and drop. Because the last election no Furukum Emma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 54%. The entire constituency has written that they are going to give him 80%. Because of the love and support that they have for their MP, Yewura Asiedu. Odo Soronko a Furukum for delegate ewo ma Asiedu. Enura Oji Mike Alka say the coordinators almost bona mana support I Dr. Bawumia Juma nyina obi ansori. I think out of 22 or 23 coordinators no. Nipa 17 to 18 and sorry. Ono was saying the constituency executive for mu dinechi amomu ye campaign e dia ma Dr. Bawumia no obi ansori 3 pen ansori. I feel was a former executive Nipa 27 no munyina sorry. 2 former MCs no more honum. I said the kind of leadership now Yewura Asiedu e dia call Furukum no any odo or the HROM. I'm beginning to appreciate that. Baby na Yewura Bawumia e wini mpo na imagine any form any soro no. E be kosoro. A typical example my constituency. The last time the vote was around 4. The difference was Dr. Bawumia around 56%. I know this current election we 80%. This because of the influence and control of the honorable MP. You are lawyer Obi Yeboah. So when you sit somewhere now kase omo die chi no campaign for omo die chi no ko mu ntwatew omo ni influence omo delegates oboa then MP na owo honum no onim de oye MP na owo honum no onim de oye so kakra na manante na mahwe no and no something happened na so unique your friend is saying Bosontwe almost the last time me papa educhum call honum coordinators in the historical so more than 100%, which practically it is not possible. More than 100%. You will know almost some that you know we are research omuni delegates ni di nkomo. Delegates now are telling them that omanya careful crowd ebufu nti omboma 10%. So when they came back, the same coordinators came back to apologize to the delegates and then throw their support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is a nature only campaign nature now nim the cause you will not appreciate say Yewura Mahmoud Bawumia percentage on your 63 the last election no ebeko be 70%. You will not appreciate because you don't know what is on the ground. And again 3 days ago there was a reported that yes me am consensus be me as I say is it 200 delegates has defected to another camp. I say but 3 obujira camera 3 now no obujira camera no me delegate. I keep on asking myself, why is it that a candidate you allow yourself to be deceived by Nipa Mensa and 9 when you think that you see this election koro the delegates memaka MPP delegates delegates are you cannot take them for granted and you don't force yourself on them. Aya odo mo de be candidate bia no organic candidate bia nu a obetima di bibi fufuro e di aba ombe do ase nipa no mo do no Omuhia obi a owa ahobrase. Omuhia obi a owu. Enti yana they feel that a duty bound on them to pay you back. So we a candidate.
But you better than kakra Razak Abubakar on a year the Baumia campaign. Watch out say Sabira Ewo town into on campaign and all grounds all Kanye wehu. Paul Ewaha Beko Paul Yando enche na meantime in between time a year Kwekwata ye deputy national organizer. Your deputy regional organizer. And so Ewaha say Obia Ebebubi Bapo Beba Wakwaba.
Take me do so.
Now where are you?
Nyamiado.
Yes.
Na on station hano ya near the press conference. What I say position strategy. And say obefre from munyina no. So unya dia sun ba ko a na dia kan asem. Ti me dia me ba ya na me nsem dose. Nsem no e dose papa na meda nyame asese ya na me wo aboafo. They are very good. What I say, nsem ni bi wo ho a omo abeka na se ni omo si aka no so no obi anu a woti a wo hwe bia no so ehu dia ekoso. In fact they said their menu aka campaign wo di akire bia wo hu say direction a ekono say na ekono pepepe and nothing is going to change. And then ma menya ahotoso kese pa wo region mu say party no ye yankasa empanifo a wo mu di campaign ano ewa ha he ubetie asahye no kan say asahye no ye kan say ma wodo nyina afọ mo na say but adwuma nankasa de minia ye na bedru constituency so no na say ni yesi aye mobilization ewo ho he matete bibi wo bu no region kra say candidate ba ko do ye nipa 1000 no onya be 290 say 300 eno say ni menya nkasa kra meko menya nkasa all because one fine share executives no ensa ama ma organize o feel say o coordinator bi wo ba bia
o chair
executive na ofre wo mo ba party for no nyasa na ofrefre yo ye nhyebuom na wabie ne apie o ti ase ye dibuo ni nidie ma ye party empanifo o ti ase enti afa no afre constituency chairman na pa na chew say afa die o ko nkasa kra obesa babiem na onhwe no organize omo na ontimi mehia omo. This is what ye ka ho asem. Say you cannot ignore the structures.
Hello George Kwate mom pene mame na Wontumi ene no eni nkomo na update mekso ene mahefo na ekoso all crowd update here first in the east region na umukurum. Hello George, good morning.
Hello meton kaminia.
It's good morning. Bibi I fine.
Onyame na dom na monso e.
Nyame na dom me tell ka say bra ba on.
Bre aba kakra na nso yiguso.
Right. I spoke to Tim no on a central region. My videos Libya. Tell me about the campaign in eastern region. Mu rem work akano na people were a bit skeptic because move to the home region of one of the eastern region. Yes, of course, your videos Libby, but what are now over honum at the say?
I have no pay moment chill na the ma after full na Wontumi de would renese Santin Bantem Elko Bono Ahafu Bono Western North part of Eastern near the Ghana will be a showing to me. Baby, a nominee campaign, baby, a bedroom, the party for the Dronaka, also you won't to me, it you won't to me, it you won't to me. Not just say Ghana had it, baby, a party for tea, Cassia pan, and you won't to me radio, and you won't to me TV. I mean, about no crack, say in the Fuaben watch. Na yede campaign no ehye so ewo Eastern region na ye kwahya ase ewo ko block Eastern no omo block nti ye ko start ewo ko block
e ba your picture that as nje your quite picture money free so
ye ko start ewo Afram Prince you south you west Afram Prince south Afram Prince north you ye ba abitifi ya ye mprayeso yewie ya brim yewie ya tc mkoko ya nina so 33 constituencies no dey yakoni na sometimes na who videos na you say bia idea rented anase enye organic but these are delegates enye say general elections ni akase bia mobilize volunteers analysis to account debi we ye delegates are omo to aba ena omo ba ebehia papa no mamudu baomia ordinance metro na we ba Eastern region there asem omo kan say omo po na omo mpese papa no po beba obim omo mpese Dr. Baomia beba na said Dr. Baomia edi won this year na nado dango akufo adu achi emfie poli dun sia wan paw na chida o man tese wa bowa ana waka so watimi wakame wonim so sabi woni obi ye adwuma sometimes one or two issue beba nenso o man tip atem bi every Baomia no da na wo mo hwe osum awodi asum party ni yetie ni message ensema woka ekwanya yebefa so yebewini 2028 adia anko yi a obeye ne foforo Oheneba omagina to mu prekope ni omu kanyina ni say percentage a omu demand 2023 no afei na omu beye ne more da atemba ko say Oheneba would say campaign we do most of the times I am pese ye be publish endorsement ni bebre na the way endorsement ne ban constituency bi yes ye police station organizers ye nyina utumi do constituency bi yes electoral area coordinators ye nyina utumi do baby yes police station chairman for ye nyina let's just say endorsement na ebano we enya former appointees yo we grassroots a woman kata ka ho abom eye campaign adwumaden etiem se Baomia na ne debeko na Eastern region for the new term bi ama Dr. Baomia we say Baomia de no change enunti Oheneba Eastern region de metumi akase oda bia ensesaye ba wotuma Dr. Mamudu Baomia no wonuma hyebo agine simpie so atoma no mutuo na nyasa omo kan keke omo tu ho na mo nso se omo ba increase percentage omo demand 2023 essence omo nam krom omo ko afuom omo fuka be manfo na akase mo sesa Dr. Baomia dia na ni MPP mo mpesa mo beba bem bi eno ti Baomia wono a na mo fam no enti Eastern region there ye free wono ye de anigye ene ahosepe ene di free Eastern region essence ye hu se ye projection kra no osroma akosro more than the name you expect.
I have seen videos from Nsawama Doji Mahunu be from Suhum, and of course, Dr. Kingsley Kwame Ajimade, trust him to deliver any day. A Ebuakwa South here, and so Mahunu. But Joy Mura Honomo, what of the concerns now? Ebiase, more doubt Kakra Mura for what you saw. You even overmet your expectation.
I never constituency na ye call na ubi and so had a Waterloo. Abetifi any employees.
OPK any data branch champion na nkasa constituency.
Na Oheneba ye call abetifi anopa any edema almost at 9 a.m. You do one why mother.
Wow.
Nipano ayema a democrano womunko na papa no ebegyina ho a okasa no kono ankasa gyae ebo ne nsem ma omo se omo akyere no wodo na uhu videos no from abitifi ene mpaye so a Oheneba uhu bedwiri si ebehia no krona bonten ni edi momomedi n'animu a di ni kowura rom Pentecost asoro den wo abitifi na Oheneba eyefe papa eti eastern region there na wo new job in south so
yeah Kofi Bafi
the one wo France ayire bi wo mu ayesu ano Oheneba mekasa mekeka chese constituency ni nyina all the 33 constituencies bebia the message no e ba kope Paumia no change bebia
great. My name is Moram in the northern part of Ghana, Savannah region this morning, right? Tell me about Ehosue. Mosha say
ye east no yankon kran kra e na ye to aso ye fa uti e na ye twa Water Lake no ebe pie yendi e na ebe pie Tamale na unim se na ochi awie ye e na ye nua bema eneskumi na ye enti doctor said bibia ensensen kakra na yenye eyi no enwi nyame ya adoma no menda na kwasiada ya start ewo Savannah region enunti team no dodo na ye nyina ye dikan ewo northern region ha ye touch base nyame ya adoma Sunday ena papa na nkasa ye be hase ewo Savannah region na ya start to no ewo etimi no kasa de ye wo north enso Savannah de no ebe starting nyame ya adoma kwasiada
and I have 4th December we got some 27 days then plus 31 in January. Are we able to capture the remaining constituencies Dr. Entimi emphasis on yet?
This year no aka regions le mako 7 aka the 5 northern regions, that is upper west, upper east, Savannah, northeast and northern region. Now when we say regions no and so Savannah regions,
no, these are 6
constituencies.
I think I had 9, right?
6 constituencies. And so sir Tiria Naka Ashanti region and Greater Accra region. And no so kakra.
My way here, I'm getting memories of 2023 campaign in the northern part of Ghana. Constituencies no and no so, but mekai ye free chirepone to Yagaba Kubori, sports minister constituency. It could take you by a bit of 3 hours near the other. Time or
hours, yes, time or you be in your book constituency be 1. You be in answer any to about 31st January 2026.
Lambusi ni akwaya na area timi so money you know.
Lambusi, Lambusi.
That nyamen come on ne so any doubt is ni team ni na security for nya nyame mom ho ban. You be say di komobio from Sunday. Why?
Northern region so over kai say last 2023 we any chairman Wontumi na wa.
Of course.
Ti e by amanfo busa no sa ti e be chia no so.
And come home. Me that's it, Pa George. All right. So that is George Quartin, a member of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's operational team. Team no Akodru Savannah Regina. Umu Chejuma Kakra. Dr. Bawumia is in Greater Accra. Saturday, Sunday, Yenya Ernest Kumi, the Aquatia Star Boy. Na ye intino Doctor ene empelefone bi ebekwa ye ni Saturday we ya na wako akopiem in the northern part of Ghana. Na fe 5 regions a ewo honom no wo akobo honom a aye ni nyina awie mame hwese metimi squeeze time ne kakana my grandma over 3-4 days be in the northern part of Ghana. A whole campaign there. I have to go and witness some 2-3 days be with my ears, my eyes, my kuro eyes. I just want to go and see something for myself. I'll be there. Maybe a day in northern region, a day in northeast, and then the upper east, upper west, a day na Madame Hon Abba. Enti aka 7 regions na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia awie. Aja Samira Bawumia, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, mame hwe videos no gakra, ansa na mawo kame aso eni fuku na yaba abeto so eofia. Ene boga aba na boga enim se wo ba no ba ne saa se de na wo ha no ko ye dia memma wo fa Richard Ajiman akodi boga kakra wo US waba.
And say eniema ni beko yi ama ana say we exactly yesetina dabi it is not possible. It immediate so far dia menuanu maka nyina ya de a metumu enchene na ye nyina ya sinkete say adwuma no ya fa to ye ho so ye beye. Fortunately for us no so no enipa edi yanimu nyina no say ye Dr. Bawumia say ye ne yere omu nyina kasa utimu say yes nimdie ni nyansa die kire ehunu ka ho maame ne kasa utimu say I'm with the best team. What you say no advantage no. What you say ebi mo kasa na obi asoniti gina baby say ye wan hwa no akoga bibia ebe ya asem ba ye de janu a on a free day no utimu say o deliver. So me there nyame na yesre se onton super engu delegates no eso na enso apapa ema ye nyina na mame nto aso prekwen so nsem no ya na eyewe ade bia koso origin na yaka ho asem aka oka ya no mu fi se ebia ye regional minister ene bia ye mpenasem enye se ye mpenasem na mum se o ye regional minister e also set priorities bia obi ehu a otum say yes ade a ekoso ye ade a ebeboa region ni mu nyina hwe about 3-4 weeks ago yekochi krom ekro se we ye be man ko ano yachew ewo dadwene ene chichewere ahomachi o yachi memma close to bear 400
region, Oti region, Central region, Volta region, and then Eastern region. The regions are Akano Upper West, Savannah, Northern region, Upper East, Northeast, Ashanti, and Greater Accra. We are 134 constituencies. Now, Dr. Bawumia every day or year 4 constituencies. 134 no obehia be 34 days. And say or year 4 constituencies a day. Obetimi at the Akova 134 no 27 days in December. And then the last 2 days of January, maybe 29 days, it will give you some 56 days. In the say obey 4 constituencies a day obey 34 days na je say our more days obetimi e de cover all the constituencies na akano say ye bompa say maybe bi surunku bia emesi ebetimi restrict no na wakone saa kakran na fe watimi e de akwakowie minim say Dr. Oseyaw Aduchum so abeye Ashanti regional campaign where we also ednani ache baby from honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan and so metejano of Western region Potemon say so ya cover honum ewie kwabna eje Japan and so enemo in the Greater Accra another oko Western region. Okay, I still account so boy. So home. Dr. Brian Yao Okai a champon. So egusua a campaign. Na mumpe the video, mame. And ra and officially or swear in as a member of the ECOWAS Parliament. And so nah, it was beautiful. It was very colorful. Mami, I need to get ne swearing in ceremony, no. Na me say me nyamamwa. Okay. Na I think that Nana Kwame Boshaba and Shadrach Munina do who be on paper me. Good. Menya dia mamuntinum. Mama men share enra Dr. Brian Echampom also swear in as a member of the ECOWAS Parliament, you know. Munya videos na monfama me sisia na me ma helpful so ehunu. And I know me dinko mobo baby na obi ese na party mpelifone ntrase no munka se omube yi enipa 9 no mu baako as Dr. Baumiara ni mate na me say baby akofa nkomo ya be mesrew yenya bote National Council neck na ankasa no in their own wisdom with together with enipa obewe no, which of course I know say Dr. Mabun Baumia will win oma ebe trase na omadi nkomo whether
ebi mu hihye boxer shorts what you say ya chi wo mu na de ma ade no ye ya wo mu ne say dagini ne chichiwere na ye kwachi wo mu no enyo mu na edi sa aboni no eye efreni sen ayamfure kadagini bi wo ho ekuro bi wo ayamfure ho ye feni kadagini eno ma mistake abechichi dagini chichiwere obo asefo ene na man ye serious me say me banai ko ho enra ti enra ohun say man di campaign echi me ko enra na ko tie senia manfo pa buafu I am frustrated. Say a regional minister ahwem ya chi wo mo agum Puda anywhere
Wontumi 101.3 a war say regional say in the Western North region. All right. Na afa yemedi Ghana nkomoy. Asam no ze be akika kono emu ayedin. Na asofo na ozo mu bompa ya wo mu nsore no mu bompa ya emaye. Senananom ene ozo mu gunza wo mu gunza. Imam for ene was a tasbai wo mu esi tasbai bia wo mu sha se ense na Roman for so esi rosary na abey for so mutu a monkai Ghana ewo mpaibom anase mabayu dwumam na ese de ayade na no ada adwumayefo esuo se enkane abo abanyi baye ya tumu wahamu abupan be edunwotwe ensuo bo esukosoro fa ngobo no ekosoro na abafom kakra na kwasoro kese na abafom kakra na kwasoro kese enen eniema ema asetra dada asetremu no ne ye to de ye die de ye hye baby edi eti to osuma amanfo esum ye goods and services prices of goods and services kwasoro no aban ekoto akatuafo adwumayefo akatuamu a wode wahamu abupan enkuno 9% salary increment and the maum. Ye go wa yeto a ye bo ye di ho abobo na. Ni anim sa enka echo. Na nkane abo ne ensuo bo bia atumu akwakodu no. Na nge ka se eso ho a. Afei enra ye koda esori ya. Public Utility Regulatory Committee and as a commission PURC for aba amane baya wo say nyame aduma udi bronya wie na wo sika asa na wo mebe ko school na January etoda as 45 days ena wo January nim January bo so me ten na aye no aban ede enkane abo ebe kosoro by 9.8%. And the percentage increment or the man adwumayefo no aban adwumayefo no waje every enkane abom 89% na wutua no aban de ma no as a public service worker, government worker no. Sa 9% no what they are to enkane abo abusumi dia obetua so ye dibro ya wie say kim 1st January no holiday because so be anwie electricity tariff ebe cost by 9.8%. Odi kwaka the already 18% increment now says 17% now. Na just say abanyi baye electricity tariff cost about 26 to 30%. And no answer ensure abo ye dibro ye we are 1st January ensure bo cost by 15.9%. That is about 16%. It what we are by juma abai say enne omani emwaye ye abai papa ba bibia kwa kama Ghanaians are happy. Enti salary increment wobusu mi akatua no wadi wahama bupan enkron ana atum mama munse manuel ye mompena ye pre no wie ye no ana enkane abo no watum by 15.9%. Enkane abo 9.8%. Ensuo bo 15.9%. Emara visit VAT 2026 budget na buy no VAT apeja ekosoro de wo betuare no na mamemfa unko airport way na airport passenger service charges Ministry of Transport SA womatum at the call 100 Ghana cedis. 100 Ghana cedis. Na what a reset. Allah walai. It was 5-10 Ghana cedis. Nay 5 Ghana cedis. Say 10 Ghana cedis. Ena abai apejam at the call 100 Ghana cedis, according to the Ministry of Transport. Na why e-levy free ho? Any betting tax free ho? Na nu omako mrasobe jefie COVID levy why free ho? But a tuano kwaya abai afoso jisika every amount for ho no. Abai for mun sorry o. Nana ma trankonya mon sorry. Asofo mon sorry. Mo na mo se se mampani ene mampani a nyankopon ena yi na maye. Na menya sure se nyankopon yi mampani anasa ode aban we maye se onfa mefa ahokyere ne ateti mu. In any case, we yamfa no se MPP aban no anya hwe. Enu nti ana Ghana fo ato aba asesa wo mu e de NDC aba. Menya sure se we nti ana Ghana fo to aba e de ma NDC. Ene Ghana mampani. Na this is the reset. Owie ya no. Yenu anom mrante ne maba wa o magentiti yesa chechefo. Atra de almost a year. Ebinom 10 months. Ebinom 11 months. Ebinom 12 months. Aban ekotua wan car. Bosome ba ko pe akatua eno de ma omu. Nurse for midwives and also sa pepepe. Na mahokrata midwives no e dia ba. Ena afe utility tariff increment no. Ma was a trade union congress. Womo so akasa e dia fa ho. Na mamenkwai na menhwe se anopai me brofo baba kakra ankwanze chema Wontumi de no na ebeba na metuma kenkan bia. Or see the Trades Union Congress TUC has condemned the announcement of a 9.86% increase in electricity tariffs and a 15.92% hike in water tariffs and demands salary increment or new utility tariffs dropped. Asabno Trades Union Congress. Ayumayafo ni apadifo a womu wo oman mu. Womu kabom ko. Womu se aban wo nipa bone. Uni abadaye. Onyira manfo ho. Dia wo kan ye ma ya so ye de ye de to abade ma wo 2024 no. Enye no ana wuye. Na enkane abo ene ensuo bo a wo se wo tumu no. Eye niam bienu pe ana ye TUC for ye ni aban ye ne wo ka. Either say ube ye free or over chenchen so. And now say I can turn to more with the Maya, 9% no. Sabra wachi. Never catch say udi be beka ho. Tia. And my rent say SITAC for our strike. Nina a condition of service. Na mamere se metumi akenkan TUC for womu a statement ya womu ede aba abonten in relation to tariffs hikes ya ede abaya Shadrach Boamie na menkenkan. Thanks to you Minia David Boache. The statement on increase in electricity and water tariffs. The Trades Union Congress TUC is outraged by the statement from the Public Utility Regulatory Commission in which it announced a 9.8% and 15.9% increase in electricity and water tariffs respectively. The increases are to take effect from January 1st, 2026, the very day the paltry 9% increase in the minimum wage and the base pay by the government will also take effect. This can only be described as the government's New Year gift to Ghanaians. In 2025, the government granted a wage increase of 10%, an increase in electricity tariff cumulatively to more than 18%. As workers bemoan the 9% wage increase for 2026 in the light of the prevailing cost of living, the least they expected was for the government to spring surprise on them with increases in prices of utilities. The increment has completely eroded 9% wage adjustment for 2026. Clearly, government is demonstrating its insensitivity to the daily struggles of workers and Ghanaians. What government has done is worse than robbing Peter to pay Paul. In plain language, government has robbed the poor Ghanaian worker for the 9% wage increase it had agreed to implement on January 1st, 2026. Workers cannot accept these increases unless government comes back to the negotiation table to top up the wage increase for 2026. Anything short of that, the TUC will mobilize workers to resist the implementation of these insensitive increases in utility prices. On Monday, 8 December 2025, the TUC, Organized Labor, will hold a press conference on these insensitive price increases. At a press conference, we will outline measures to address this obnoxious tariff increase. Signed, Joshua Ansah, Secretary General, December 3rd, 2025. Nanu yo na kofa ba yo. Nwani jejeje. Monfa me keyboard no mame. Na mema to use for. Enjoy. Jejeje kakra from the Beam Nation.
I
think it's a Friday. So about I should be 2 weeks. 3 weeks. I feel like yeah, job. Teacher neighbor committee accounts grant me ra.
Adey. So we been here bonnet. Can I know they mu call a hwidium. Omu duru ho na calendar da frɛ wo mu obi adwane. Obi adwane joy news for twaba. There was a ghost town. Yeah, the minister to social media or TBBA, one cow bia, one can't tell Biao. Nanko be son kofu mu pa. And no musu na ye bibi. Etimide me fee say.
Or no na born the day no dear so no what chili pa I campaign. Almost your
Jaboni.
Huh? You a regional minister.
I say galam say no.
Campaign.
Me share
galam say campaign.
The cow baby am say regional minister and our actual letter and our money lawyers. Asantini eteso ye dia asem we ato so modua. Bodia. Na money lawyers actual. Me say bodia, regional minister bodia. We asantini. What you say asem Wontumi ye dia asem to no so me. Wa modua. Wo bodia. What you say? Okay, almost say allegation. Now want to me the allegation. Allegation be na allegation be. What's your about the mature date na to 18th November 2025. Wo yes we galam say regional minister.
Now okasa branch here no mu chi ndutum na asem na to atwa.
What dey jai? What you say? Et when yankofo bi am so me democracy one for bi na nipa be 7 bi na my one. Hwe. Ya true di ato. Secretary ambedi sabi. Me wo book ndc for bone. Metro ni nyina gum ye be friend crofo amanfo be so mo trank wo man mu anante wo ha o ti ase enti dia ye kan nyina ne se minister ohwe na ombo ye ho ban omenya assurance e wo region nim se ye safety ya dia ehu hia no na no mete wo parliament kra se ye say ya be bobs over 1000 e wo baby I assume we reading mu traffic light be anywhere here juma na say I so enra chi o say a plan na abo ba ku mienu a bibia cough o ti ase eti bobs no mo bo wen and afa bibia street me so nam na car light nya de bepem eti ensem ni bi wo ho a wo ti a wo say edi asem na no ada esumete ya na nia dia na se express road bi ta wo mo face o mo do ya dwin bedi agro hwe ya ma hwefo ne atiefo nte se ya ka budget ya e ya dia wutim po o pese wo ye o e gwa hwe na ndizifo akoka so ma ye ya ma frontier se e ya beye ade a about tirim se me pese me yes ade we akeke yesusu ano teacher me say what do you want to become in future wanka me nam ti my pilot me nam ti am kasa my trip blender what you say me say my pilot and me nam ti yi
aw kasa
me nam kasa what you say etinye niam esi wani so nyina na wo betimi aye giving the opportunity what did I can say if a budget here abasu over the years nyina secretary executive even 50% of it e go man kura anka ye ho atoyen what you say express road no and this is the first time express road eba omaimu You can choose to call it express road. Ubetima ka bypass. What you say? Requirement Kruma ye bi no friend motorway. Ne nyina ye bom kwan. Demwa yan cross president Kufuor ye bebre. What you say? Na senso buachi kase. Ade no already no. There's an already intervention. Aban no ye bi. Aban dada wo twam no ye bi. Uko bunsun kwanta bi wo ho. Emo friend is saying konongo esusu ebi wo ho. What you say? Na English ho kra na de. Na say no because of a kwan na yen wutimi ewuram ekofa so a ho ya nyina mo ya ye ho wutimi efa ho ya ye markings nyina wo so a say already no there's an intervention et yan hwe ne complete 30% na aka no ne fa nwie mo so mu a mo say on pese express road bi abeba so apese mo amu ke ikura no mo na mo say si anu ye be ye kwadri kwan hwan road bi a uduru ajo so anu ama ne mebo a no akofa kumawu no akopie he na si express road na ebe pie lake bosom twene so no ebe de na akofa efeni say ajo so akọ what kind of way is that? What you say? What kind of idea koswa ya obi kan asem na mumma kotra baby na ma twist no aka ti say dia depending person asanteman koswo bi ebe koswo ewo region idea koswo no munya ready say mu beye na mom yemfa nkɔhye adum ni adan enkansam wo hwe ekura ewo from a friend is saying ofanko barrier no anase ofanko eba Kumasi a hwe nkura kese even if person who call Eastern region kura enye ho na abefa ensawom nkokɔ suhum ni ade sankro we nyina no yan sofa because NDC so obey express road. Is that what we mean for us? O just say now the na no kotu mu a na aferma dane asem no completely say we say ompe asanteman ayi na wokoye friend say express road na wasteful. He didn't say that. Or say kwan na mo abandon no and as a man ye beboka because baby ayeduru ya ntoa so a ye beba biam no we have to incur additional cost. We have to understand. What you say?
Martin opposition aye propaganda ba guso ye propaganda. Paul me da say mesa aba wonkyerem ebio na menko eye kwaku ata enkyerem makacho said the house they packed but obia ebeka ne de obi be say tokro bia be tie de obia ebeka ne de me pacho me na me kana sem me pacho oh ada basa baka wona ba be kire ma sem amba me obi abeka ne de and is important Kwaku mi ma kwa ba keke mi de so na wo ye de na me adom mi wo wache say keke radio station nya dwom na wo twam wo ya frewa na oba hey and then you about to be Baba I to say Mas mo Baba ko ngo to he ba untu nya fra ba betia ba yo be ba kwa ba wa ba be sa ho ye de na me adum keke musumu wa I am monitor from afar be so be say war grounds okay war grounds house wo ye ju bia ne nyame yeah se kasa en fam na bro keke de kwa na say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia adinku na kunimdie ne de na menti ewo ho na de ye pa ye ni abra ye koba nyina ne say margin no be ye kese na keke asem bi koso tum say ye ntwen ya adwene ensi so enra ye call oforikrom na Kennedy Crawford bi som de be bia no kasa pole ne kasa hwan ni ntetemu ne no modena nti ba ko ba me ho Oba chese opeso chese Yira Dr. Mahmoud Baumia proud to 2015-2016 oye lecture ha and so they do 2021 ekono omo ahuno na answer na simple keke 2014-15
question na obi
same na answer mo no hu za answer no na mentemu do 2016 elections and the 2020 elections na difference omo approach a party na the call 2016 elections no and yes approach na party na the call 2020 elections 2016 elections no Yira Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na as a lead excuse my language talkative because na a set agenda no na NDC for no about be the actually
and I no kwani e opposition
you may come back but let's now no can say if the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate will expose you and we need a power 2016 we need power do chumbe deputy minister Brian Koye deputy minister Kennedy Japan Koye boche nti omunya so mfaso anomonya so mfaso assuming without admitting crass the kind of were lies krana those three people who benefited from the lies so what dentina mfaso awunya de onfa meto table no so mienche na ho ade a e ba ya office anya papa de na woka e be because of power 2020 elections was COVID elections until the Nana Akufo-Addo your friend say the press we now know fellow Ghanaians and they approach elections and any projects are near and the cake is any Razak kind so nyame wa dom na call grounds are who say grounds in a very fertile cake nyame catch us and your coalition bia na who's engrophobia attack here just say they are losing Babu said the winning no or a calm collected cool na someone or autumn
focused
yeah yakwa na and one say na say we are turn back up you turn go for say you turn another say and I say we na people start asking that questions and to me there me did say party for na ngasa no MPP for na no omunim there ya ko Wontumi ko elections so tisi krum na the microphone be send the party and we one pen because Wontumi be win but party for no nim there no more went Wontumi had more than 60%. The coalition no be 60% and never vote ketwa na enipa na nya no so test confirm no krom mo to be anka Wontumi go about 70%. Enti media me gidi senya menti grounds no eye ye gusunso a ye boy ento a campaign strategy no Paul Beko elections say as well her strategy no adapt to be because I know be am dini do be anyimi ma o so dey say anti keke the assurance of my party for because social media so now we say and then we can as one see about 800 delegates 1,200 delegates
okay
out of 1,002 when you're 200 when you're jubility that's why mom yes our press conference on what kind show more bobia because then you can't put me fast the way my if you are not giving us the majority
there are some wrongs there are excesses in the government nema ba komenu bi ankoyi but would there no to na wo hwe ne papa so a aban ne ye ma Ghana fo a na nye de obetima ye more than what we did any NDC aban we and the first year aban bia no ubehu ni year first year no you could see clearly the signs but and December 4th aka 3 days near Tuaba ma NDC and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no afe pepepe echese akabosome ene na miensa na oso afremu so a yebetena akonwa so no afe pepepe what do you have to speak to what do you have to speak to Nanado in 2017 we saw the implementation of the flagship program
oh yes
the lead campaign message free SHS implemented, rolled out, and then no fees stress. And I said stress free fees. Yeah, I can. Yeah, and who said me mate be high school while cutting me video be no wash, and I will continue to say that. Said nurse for ye juma afi muani ye tuo mu kan bo so me ba kope ene de ma wo. That is a fact. A teacher for ye juma afi muani ye tuo mu kan bo so me ba kope akatua ene de ma wo. And this is a government and now no omomu ye juma mfie miensa otua mu ka bo so me miensa pe. Intino eya kwa say ya mompa ma bibia asesa ombesa ye adwuma mfie miensa no atuom ka bosom miensa because mo ye adwuma afimu ni ye tuom ka bosom ba ko
percentage no strike here they say,
and I don't think this is the reset the NDC promised us. And the crescent kania bo kosoro ensuo bo kosoro
ashantiade bo beko
by the percentage of the increment, you know, percentage increment, the mass salary workers, government salary workers, you know, that is a fact. Obiat minyane every home. And I know I was listening to Honorable Kojo Oponkuma in Parliament, and it was serious. I want to believe, sir, it was an error. Engineer minority nakase. Budget of the 2026, no. It looks as if say Oman reduce through the budget.
Copy and paste.
Omo copy there abide dana ye twem ni bi and omo paste ye. Because allocation omo ye to big push, you know. It was stated in the budget say omo tua adwuma bai and omo ye within 2 months now. About 10 billion.
I think, as has been intimated by colleagues, we will all support the adoption of this report. However, Mr. Speaker, there are a number of fundamental issues that I think need to be addressed before this report requesting for about 5 billion for 2026 is approved. Mr. Speaker, in the budget, the Minister for Finance has submitted a report on the utilization of funds for 2025. And there are major discrepancies in the reporting on how those funds, especially under the big push, have been utilized. And Mr. Speaker, if it's possible, my prayer will be that we step this down and correct those discrepancies. They are very significant, running into billions of cedis. And when we are done with that, then we come to make a new allocation. I'm even of the view that the 5 billion is not enough, and it's important that we do a better allocation. But the foundation on which we are building this new allocation is problematic. Mr. Speaker, first of all, if you go to Appendix 3C of the 2025 budget, you will find that in the domestic capital expenditure allocation of about 7 billion Ghana cedis, there was no allocation as part of that for payment for the big push. In fact, the big push was set out separately from that 7 billion. If you come and look at the Appendix 2C in the 2026 budget, the numbers don't add up. And Mr. Speaker, if you give me just a bit of latitude, I want to draw the minister's attention.
This is the main budget you are referring.
Yes, I do have it here. And this is the foundation on which we are mounting this new application for the 5 billion. And that's why I think it should be corrected as a matter of urgency. First of all, in the 2026 budget, which reports on the 2025 allocation, the Ministry of Finance said that they had allocated 13 billion for the big push, 8.8 coming from ABFA and 4.8 from the mineral royalties. As at the end of September, they had programmed that they will spend 9.9 billion on the big push. The first challenge, Mr. Speaker, is that the report claims that they have spent 10 billion on the big push. Why that cannot be correct is that the big push was launched on the 16th of September. It cannot be possible that between the 16th of September and the end of September, as this report is saying 10 billion cedis worth of certificates of some sort had been presented, processed, and paid. Within the
2025 budget allocation omuyeye for big push, and then report to or the about 2026 big push now omo launching in September no. I think on 13 September. Budget no HS by September ending no omo tueska about 10 billion. Ewo big push him.
The same September no.
Yes. And what you say enyo correct. Either enema mienu, either say sika no obi yedi. And now say budget omo prepare no, omo ankenkan mu. And so it was an error. A genuine error. Because so by your juma, ye ma contract kra won quiet feasibility study a months a year crasem. And they can use that short period and quiet contract and register certificate and tiaka.
That same month.
That same month. Our more cano. And one a yazasabe obi na abon and a budget no already no one tiase another one rim another episode cano omo yusu no more baby the idea ashe.
And the end of September, Mr. Speaker, it is not possible that 10 billion cedis worth of construction work had been done, certificates issued and paid for. Mr. Speaker, if you go further, you will find that, as I mentioned earlier, in the original allocation of 7 billion, there was no provision for old contractors to be paid under the big push. If you check the Appendix 3C in the 2025. In this new budget, we are now being informed that 3.3 billion cedis of the 7 billion cedis that was supposed to be used for paying old contracts is going to be paid to old contractors under the big push. Again, Mr. Speaker, it becomes difficult to reconcile the two. But my last point that is most worrying, again, if you look at the data, Mr. Speaker, as at the end of September, the Ministry of Finance reports that they have paid 5.1 billion from the Minerals Royalties Fund under the big push. And then they project that by the end of December, they will collect 1 billion back from the contractors. It's not possible. Money that has been paid out, Minister, cannot be taken back from those contractors. So if you look at the Appendix 2C, it says that 5.1 as at the end of quarter 3, but what they will record at the end of the year is 4.9, Mr. Speaker. So if you look at the numbers that have been presented by the ministry responsible for finance, it doesn't add up. Mr. Speaker, there's a suspicion that old contractors are being paid, but it is being captured as though they are being paid for the big push program. And that will be very deceptive to people, because people's understanding is that contracts are being given, certificates are being presented, and they are being paid for. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm of the view respectfully that before we approve this new 5 billion allocation, these are not small sums of money we are talking about. We should, as a matter of urgency, maybe stand this and get these numbers corrected and aligned properly, so that when the new allocation is being done, we are sure that the reporting will align as well. I thank Mr. Speaker. This is my contribution to the report.
Minority Leader, let's hear you.
Mr. Speaker, I want to align.
He thinks somebody must answer questions. Na budget na say omo fire na omo edibai.
Oheneba. Upon Kruma say bibi twa masum minim say bia te sade a.
Even another serious one. Sika budget allocation parliament approve you no. O must spend the amount broso.
Hey. Nancy.
Oh yes. Which already etiamra. Crack. I think that is na emsa afenyo e kasafa ho no. Edisi issues na air cost no. Yes, you get to say 78 million you try the call of Zukwati office in Tiabaya Jumapa. A bit shape how the media will scrutinize or hold this government accountable. Yes, it will massage it can be so. But the issues are issues that needs to be spoken to. It needs to be addressed. And a day ena anamo a wo share say ubetu in September eye kwan contract big push yemfa na wotwe mienu yemfa bosumi na enye bosumi ensa bosumi nsia na to raise the certificate kra no process is abekom no na beka say the same month na no watimi alanchi ade ama contractor aye adwuma atuaka in close to 10 billion
na ase big push contractor for that for no na omo he
eno no ni asem no
Uba ye na do big push ba
na no ada ekwan a na ada nko akufuado aya me do about 70% no eno amampani akwa gina ho no kwaje wo fans
big push
say big push big push you see komo na nkasa nipa mpeno kure terminal 3 John Dramani Mahama Efra bem no na it was around 30 to 40%. Aban sisa ye buy no nanado buy no mutu aso ye adwuma no nobody has credited terminal 3 to nanado because aye John Dramani Mahama the shase ye ediduru ba bi na beto aso wiye enu kwa na wa about 40%. Osi terminal 3 ye fa ho fans nyina mamo send this mu na mo ye these of anko nsawamu kwan is about 70%. Enra wa kwagina ho the penifo di wachi eje home fans say a big push. Well, you gonna for your pay and yemfa yaboafo no emra
the target is constituency bi aye wom no at least yanya kra no average of 63% na yanya no ba ko no we should get it no abeka chere me out of 1002 when 200 no go so camera si un so wo ye e friends TikTok when yaje anyom ne ka se aban dada no emufuo na na di ba o me achi na tochi no oye den no nya aban dada ne bia
aban dada ne bonifuo
be yes you said TF40 that mean me TF1 something
ba no say ayana misre yana misama nyosem nangasa no funny na reseke me friend sampan so to ani abre na sekan ni Wellington boot adan ya common fan administrator se wonye no obetie fi no common fan sampan no fa request bianco na sebe KMA sekan no ko chama edwumfo na de ma driver fo na Wellington boot no mo de bede ba koma adwira asante achim north Mankranso those areas farming communities no sekan ne sanyoma na I think it's in order into no ne de yan kana he ono azo no wa hu the level but me be wi na America express road no asem na me adum madam ma me adaji adwuma o Ministry of Railways na Greenfield project e ka baby akwan ne bi kura na hoda afi na ya de bato and then this is one design about 3 years na omutimi de 10 months a feasibility studies we are na yes o ma anya adwuma ni let me count here say because processor you go through
obate yankwe
oye banana case watch
me ton sa say but me am so me pass asiato me pass asia e wo Kumasi mfifiri wa wo bi no it is about 2 acres crab me pay
okay
Kumasi mfifiri ahojo daba na so ko hasasi 2 acres da baby sa like within the Kumasi 5 Kumasi constituency bantima in share so kwada so oforukrom asokwa aswase me pene enemy ya
Greater Kumasi
Greater Kumasi no nyasase 2 acres crab eto
okay
right
okay
and I say in Canada say 4 plots or 10 plots crab ebumwa right the pedi enemy ya na mom say wo pass as wo asonoma so kasem safo adwuma kase antoa bepoa agona kona ntonso sakrawo no ahoje da ban ene yabe agrekenzema eno so so free number si 024561 3879 0245 3879 great yankoi
na billionaires tv almost here demo live
great
it's an open na kene omona samuamu
omono na ke
menam say you know Wontumi radio was you also here adwuma
okay
here adwuma ntino etie for no ultimate ti
okay
mo yere so
na we jam be come back
yankwai kaja gumma yankwai
alake ya chiamo wai momutirim kwa
o ma sha Asiedu wo o mu bie ba
momutirim kwa
ni ebeduru yeso
yo Exodus moringa capsules
and Exodus dandelion capsules. Where you banum na no pawia ne anwumre osode no pa moringa capsules mienu
dandelion ni mienu
awia moringa capsules mienu anwumre ya ne sawate na sciatica diabetes pressure ani ya de wodo ya aka ni nyina bekwa ma ho ato na aduro wei wonum a ebo papa opa ya fa wei ka ho
Exodus for you.
Someone beka no koko. Na no babua mo ayan sare timi akontentem ede ebe mew na sanso saw yade nyina akire no sanso yade
anti age no.
Ede mampenimfo kwada no so
Bio madwene mu.
Tini ya so bia nkope bi obabi ato ebidro bia da. O kopoku trade na benya bia to na opendo so poatu dia. Ene ya to so ago high school junction edwam wa. Baby ya bi tompa boa no aho na benya ndo so pu. Ya ma doctor number se bibia ni obetumi afrɛ wo 0544447033 0544447033
3P garlic mixture. I don't pay piwaki for drum mo dia be yeah. I don't pay ebebo ho ban. Won sa no nine na ya na yetitiriti no. Stroke yare no ene no ada ne kura nko aka wato wono no 3P na ohia ebe pejwa mo gina na so bio. I don't pay utie me wo bu won sa wo bre emu amane nyina no piwakefo adroi ebetenete wo so awaya kese di abroso o high blood pressure na se ebetu na o sugar level ne so bibia aba normal baby etu bibidro bia enroi ebi wo hono mo piwakefo se aka de seye no ye fa number ne ma so obefra omo beje osu akoni asanyina so 0248928824 ana
0201000021
Emulate herbal supplement.
Ye papa pastor Safokantanka the African star. Nyame mfa ne krensie. Me se ne wo no wonka wo nambom saade we ya wode abai de wo bia wo mu chefa. Ni nyina ne se wa krado se obesa ho yade obebɔ ho ba de free yade ho a. Me se yade bia wodi etumi kanipa no. Emulate yade etumi sa. Free ti so besi na se yade no wodi nko ade a na dro emulate. Nye yensa yade ya se ani adro. Kwan kro yade ne doctor di claim say won kofie nkowu won kope emulate na obehun sampa wanya ahoden atenase ama doctor num nsem no sebe ebeye ayisem aha na sadro we ya confirm asebe bia to adro biada wokwa so pe emulate ba supplement a doctor for mpanimfo no a wonum ana bibia ni a obetimi afre wonum yade o number ma ho se bibia ni a afre 0535112873 0535112873 Fosia men powder.
Anope we ye meme dro tatashe.
That's right.
We ye be ma de be na metenase anope ya me ka me se bo mema ye no ho ban. Enti fosia men powder na anope bo modna na gibi. De ti na ebutu so na sanso ye be ma dadanti. O de bo modna hwe half. Never fra kubenso na nom. Ebe hye mu kena bo pa. Na emomo no wa wo mema ye no che se nyoma nyina nko yie no. Bo modna hye ni ti ne ma. Wo so fafra kubenso na ansa no waye bosuri bedro no be gira na so se be mamu fosua ko bi tasire koko yare ena etene ta no pedi aboa wo fosua heba mixture ne so de malaria fever no ebetu ase e de amao ba bia etu edro bia enu ebi wo ho doctor number ne so ni o 0244017097 ana
0552812912
2 Hepasco
Herbal capsules ayabrebo edru ndizo pesa obrebo nya ahode timi ye na juma sese ye pade a ene anom Hepasco Herbal capsules ne bi na esa ne juma edie nti na amanfo ate din se brebo boafo ba akope na brebo no so juma edie ne se nyame abon se enye obambo fomfama ho na ma kwa ahodo ewo mu no ne nyina ne se nuane ye edie ne ye nom no to wom onse ne ye nom ne ade kwan ne ma omde na ye no ba no so yegusu aduro ye we ne ne ma ne ma bi ewo mu no emmo ni pedua no enti brebo ne ye adwuma etwe saa ne ma boni ni nyina firi mu nti na hu sa bonyuma ewo brebo ho no eye duboni ankebeku wo na brebo no atwe ne nyina so asone so na nyame ama na piegu na ho ato brebo na anya adwuma saa ne ma nyina be kɔ wediem ebeku ntem sanse ebe ye wuduru tini ase ma brebo no nya ho den ho na se hepatitis B ne aduro Hepasco ho enti mouse number na emum ko ba bi eto ebiduro na kotobi na doctor number no eni 0557453579 ana 0501459255
ye no mundo no ne yasanso ache wuska eno ti na no pay yase ba modern fa phone ne dial *262 hash
*262 hash
now we are let us know a free air kokosi zet no modern choose mum yensa draw ne koso emprenu dakru bia na se draw ne koso na let us na wo choose ye no emu ba akobo a osika no a wo di try ye no ye ba ho pressa de ama ho emu mienu ba eye 8 times so yensa ni nyina body na chese
200 times
we na pede ben e kira ye fiada eno so ye jackpot no eye real do na mane ba akokura ma usika nishi mu 10% die
Wonsabeka
Haxa
Mr. Any Haxa capsules aya also dro na njuma edie ntina amanfo atune din se Osatamfo na niyetie ne se osa na ayekwo ankro wo so wadum no ahodo so enko ni nyina ne se aduro bi enno no bebre no a ekum kuro no na eja aboa no bi nso kum aboa no na eja kuro no na we die kum aboa no na ase kum kuro no na ho ato tini ya se ko pebi danom na beba be dia danse se de nkofo edi bi no be bi eto ebido bia na abenya aksa ibi ato na also atumi aboa wo na ebia na opesa de doctor di hu nkomo de a number ni ye 0240238310 ana 0203822855
yes sorry anope ya enso ye guguyi obi nsane ne na chese wo maso a emma obi sasa braba den obi achiri bremo wo se etutu no obi nso akampem o victory garlic mixture drona no pay make am for the amount but na kwa drugstore obi eben wo edro babo ho ban efinu ma mabobo so nyina na ewie so a asanso ama wapomuden mapa doctor say aya abomodna na friend way 0242545633
0242545633
Kivo 4 in 1
eye gere si chirom katiom ya dini da wo no na ne danya asam ketu akra eye mokoshishi da eno na chogba afo ne woni oye indomi ma enum aduane no no de ye aduane mo mo nsa no bo
jabojafo no obi aton SM
bitters sisi ya de aduro ya so sisi no say ya adwumade ana say ya de bi kurampo na aka wa kope SM bitters no na obenya hoden na wo oni atenka we sedu fochi a kope SM bitters bi no na abesa akokono no no me na Dr. Penia wode say aduro ba ye ya eho adanse ye dozo bebrebe wono ankasa ye obi a wosanya de wado bebrebe na stroke ya de wotere de sadro no wonfa mabonti stroke obetini tini ya say sa open the chira kwa dia ene mfimfi mantem
mankesim be fikro
wo be konkran so
odoko official town doctor
number ni 0243989368 ana 0558379545 Ruta natural products
malaria fever no adane kwankwa betina so a edebia uso as me malaria yo uni malaria unyanhia Ruta
malaria nya odia
unyanso bi hweye Ruta mixture dia wonomu a entete ne kakra bi bo se fifire wo utisi ya eno no ne tonkwanta amapai Ruta mixture ene eduro no Ruta life on so bebo be huru ni pedua ni mu kama ewie so abo ho ban mapa aduane no a wudi ye no a entumi and digest anope wo soro ye no waya cheko no uya Ruta live Ruta tonic so de typhoid yare
baby
to adrobia Ruta no pay ebi wo ho doctor say obamodna na friend no 0244
485632 0244 485632
Herbal Center.
Okay, yanko kitima na enemu nsaya de na ene how de a ene wa no aduro pa ni so be ko kitima Herbal Center enemu nsaya de no ye na di nipanya na bebre no animu nti ya no otenase a be wiase na ya opropra ni nyina ni se ukoti nemu nsaya de ni bia etimi didi unipadue ni bikura wo esuma wo no wo mu ni ntem na eya sa no a etimi esa wo wedie ni e ma wo se ye ba wedie ni sa wo wedie ni kura wedie nso ye mo no kwa sa so no obi nso wo etimi si na wo ho kwan wo ntumi nwo obi nso akoa entimi nko ana obi nso wo a wo bewo na nso akwada no beba na odi form kwada no chese oh misew san ntem wate no ani o manya
se passe gawo ya
ko se passe gawo janshi hono mo abu akwa se passe gawo janshi ho e na obewu kitima Herbal Center gawo janshi hono ma ya mo number bibie ni a ene obetimi ni doctor edi nkomo ewo 0246914717 0246914717
Gusto
Mr. Na ebani ye funu mu a woni amane a waduro ye tatahwe ye fe Gusto Mr. Wa uyem samfuru wo se ye ulcer se ye den ye Gusto Mr. Ema no so akwa afikyira mote yawo na chese abenedie na dodo asese bentumi ma emu enka bi ni ade sa na waduro ye fe no Menso Plus Mr. Afe emema nchima na nso bema bi wo a wagu nsu awie no na moje bi de akire ba ni ade bema bi obi odwonson ten meme he prostate mu ha woni amane nyina no waduro ye fe no Prosta Plus Mr. Kasi ataka chose ni nyina ye Nature Medics ni bia ukobe bia to abidu abenya bia to sanse aduro ni ya papa doctor number so ye de mawa pi so bibia ni aya friend wo 0248778899 0248778899 Yanko Jackson
yanko kata no emra
okay
10 na munyana mo nsoro nko
dogo kata do Jackson no fele ni bramo ya di ni tini kon sisi ni kocho je na beti na batwa na bakone na mposo na poso ni dia oba etwenti aka no OBD ni akyerase say obia bedidi
afanko nsawam highway 77% complete na we na Honorable Francis Asenso Boachuko ka say biye ye sesi a yenye ento asunwie maye nyan to wo ma ne nsei na yen san ko start fufu ebeteki ebe 6 years
musu akabone
na nkofo guso ewu ewo the existing Accra Kumasi highway no so musu akabone Supplement on National Farmers Day. Inflation hit 6.3%, lowest since 2021 rebasing. Trade union business decry water power tariff hikes.
Daily Graphic the boka tanwa no pay semwa wade ba ye no ohwe animu a watch say of anko nsuom kwantempo no waya duru amunchemu adi osonson na do danko gufu ado waya ade pa say ya wia no de aka nuru you 30% mpo 23% penny wi ana akuafo da yebedi nyambo ochina no eno so ho asem ewo krata no emu ana yase inflation and so atia ba 6.3% free 2021 ban we need bre wo fom pa edmefo won bo my god mu edmefo bo my god mu su go abaso adani a aden ensio ne nkania ntumu kese se de abena sem
the next paper daily guide then you bring Oheneba news now yenwi 6 UG learning centers not accredited. Wow. That's according to GTech.
GTech for the assemble.
NPP outdoors amended constitution. EC postpones district assembly unit committee by elections. Okay, so more elections for assembly members omo to kwani omo free mo. Okay. Special need education free. Yankwe.
Enti anope jitake fo akasa ewo kratafa etoso miensa o say University of Ghana wo learning centers ba kuma kunsie bi wo hono mo a enye accredited anope ehun nsem ne wa ha kratafa etoso miensa kro no a NS constitution no emunsa kiraye no MPP sisi amanyokuo no apa ho entoma ena electoral commission boss ma mi jina duko emensa ono so ne fonyi da ya se eno kra so ene be di kan yakadada eti anope daily guide so de eno no Oheneba news
the burger paper our burger paper Oheneba news.
This amended constitution is a blueprint for a stronger, more inclusive NPP minority. The picture of Yemame Patricia Apieji and that of the star boy, yes, my man, Jerry Ahmed Shaibu. Buying 2 presidential jets not priority during economic and social challenges. Kojo upon Nkrumah. NPP must deepen engagement with academia. Eugene Boache entry. I have been saying this over and over again, and I agree in toto with him. Minority attempts to remove special prosecutor threaten Ghana's corruption fight. Washington announces visa ban under the Trump administration. Extra enomia World Cup draw no. Enti abaifo monsorio. Nkamufo imamfo. Nanu mam begunsa. Besremo ada. Mfamu 19 fam. Mexico die. Mura momon paise ma yenko Mexico. Mamu ngo bomba se pe US and Canada there bi. Momon paise ma yenko Mexico.
Okay, Oheneba news. The burger paper no pay dia wode ba ye NPP constitution amendment no mo kire se dom kuma no say eno ene hihye pa kire se be NPP amekuo no atimi agina brane ana onumnyamfo kojo opon kuruma ese enti wohwe ebresi kasem tutu enyanyina ye na wo man pre baby de na sie pa dia enye printo ene ade ehia jet mi no ana usane ediba asia house a no usane basa no a kane subi mra hye bidwani ora Eugene Boache ntwi wose NPP se de enimu dada no monsa afi musa nkenya mu bio na mo ne animdifo wo animdifo sukuu sia post ya pon
uno mudi nkomo no then the tertiary institutions students no I have said several times we are losing the votes there.
Honorable so
we are losing the vote, the energy and your tertiary institutions, especially TESCON the same one Munshemukina. You know Oheneba news to there. Bashaba mami video me anyway. Sunday West London chapter one last meeting for the year. Now it will have the presence of Minia Dennis Miracles Abuaji and then lawyer Henry Kwabna Kokofu.
Okay.
And so Omuya na Birmingham for so one end of year party Birmingham. And go come Birmingham.
Birmingham.
It's chama one in town any
study no. A huge within the feasibility na ESI near the environmental social impact assessment in corona a can be affecting nyina so you stakeholder engagement or think be some corona say mudu do saying enna roads ministry Ghana Highway Authority and even a hide studies no
Chairman Apia Kubi and members one last meeting for the year Dennis Miracles Abuaje and Honorable Henry Kokofu and a Beko Akwakamu together with branch executive and other chapter members. It's a liver support. I've been telling you, Mian Kasano, I'm a witness to testimonies and Kofu Frame. I share about this. Casco, Hepasco, Eba capsules. Doc, Machi. Na honamu.
Nyame adom me ho ye na mo so.
Adom na rakwa. Senior bibia ye fine.
Nyame adaroma.
Good. Yeah, mami timo. Okay.
Ni di kan ye be chia motif ne obi bia odi na fidi na to Wontumi TV na Wontumi radio. Na ade ba kwa me pese me kana no pay say eno achi be 3 days ni na papa bi frame o say dog da bia meti wo Wontumi say o mo ka brebo ho asem san but menim say sa na brebo no ati o. O se ne bra baako na onom nsa kakra wa onom nsa che ntino so wo benya brebo mu hawo na om den call hospital om call am say oh baby adu ni die disom ye liver transplant say disom yi ne brebo no na om de foforo ye de ehye ho ma no ana o say na say we die no oni om kanom say Ghana ha de enye common no gi say India no mo ye pa anti so pedia yise omuko ye passport visa ne ho krono ba
Sene de
na ko India o na India no tumponya se ukoduru aya asio se brebo ni bi wo ho a ye kwakọ tam di ama o afi ne ye kwakọ hwehwe bi ne ya hwe se ye nya bi no sumpo no ye de ma wa be fa anase emfa osio sika sem ne passport ne visa within be 24 hours na ne brand wuye e hono hu se ampa se he passport se opebi enti oba me shop hono no ba no beto be 10 o se ni su ni ntino on tina ho ma ebi mpo nya de David e ho na beto be 10 di ko fie ade chen na ne so abeto 10 na say o say doc ade afama ni su no hospital hono no e ho na mu say ye brebo no e hu hia yi papa enti se na no pa wutie me na se he pasco wunya num bia na wakachi pebi na fato dining table no so anopa wa famienu adwumle upo adwuma ba no wa famienu eye to pa nenum ye easy enya nwunu ontene nwunu po enti na no pa ba bibiara awoti ye na eye brebo ho asem ne ba beka he pasco heba capsules na said ye nyina ye nim no ye brebo no ene ade ba ko a eboa ye ma ye nya ahoden ene eboa ye ma ya pomudin ACPC ta anopa wa sori watimi akwa adwuma ana afipo na osisi ho akwa adwuma eye brebo danti empo se wo yare a aduro a wanom no a opese sa wo yare no ekoni padua no mu a brebo no ena ye dey breaking it down ansa na adwuma aduro no potimi ayeden aye adwuma nti na oba medically aye obibi efe no first bypass effect just say wanom aduro na wie no brebo no be breaking it down na fe thousands no wo yi apie na fe so no ne ehia se ekoye adwuma no na akoye nti ana no pay me the numbers no tuja e bia wo tika mu na open numbers na 0557 45 35 79 0557 45 35 79 and 050 145 92 55 050 145 92 55 enoma bebre na ubehu oni padua mu abra wanya brebuo mu ha na brebuo ntimi enya adwuma se de ese ebi a obo so wadware awie na ho kekaw wanum diwema sa enko oboso taafono opa odidi ana ye sefe afi so bo se ewomu abohu no afu start se wona se tatai ahwe ye beka se eduabo enye duabo eye obrebo no na agya na adwuma ye afi so no wo ho bo se wani aye yellow ada akokọ srade ye se wanya join this ebo nka ye se obrebo na adwumadie a odi e wase all recycle bilirubin no entimi enye biem enti aduro ba akopɛ ne ye kanfo ama ena no pai a eye Pasco heba capsules aye brebo boafo aganafo omagie atum ti kope binom onoma sa no ma mebubo so nyina unhu ne biem no ma bebre na ya ebo yen kai na nipa ankasa no bi o ha yehu ani ebu ye ni eguso oya adwuma kakra ose wa bre afi chese na pomudi ohun wa no ma duru anoma ose o doc aduro bia ni wa menom ye enso ne ya me ha na ya me sadem di kan ka ye aduro pa wonom na ye brebo na wo so hwese be ye adwuma e be breaking it down ma na se ontimi ya enen de wo ye yarefo ana obanum aduan so enkosi hwe ye nipa duan kwamwa npo eye brebo ne produce eni ti na nipa bia wo se wonya he pasco herbal capsules na wonum bi se wanya mfie dumienu ekọ ana se o ma abofra no fo ana wo nyema ubetimi anom he pasco herbal capsules ne bi na boa ama apomuden asipi asita wanom nsa che wanya brebuo mu haw umfie akọ anim ye maame no umfie akọ anim ni se no unyine no na obrebuo dwumadie ne eba fom enti wunya he pasco herbal capsules se da be ya apomuden be sipi asita ubenya ahoden kama na odi aye wodwuma afesu emrantie na aba na sebi obites ne nsa wa wibia no mesew ade na wonom no habrebo no sabia obanum bia no effect on the liver anything na wo onya he pasco herbal capsules na etimi siesie obrebo no ema se de be ya da bia ho be ya den na obitimi ayo wadwuma se de se afi so utie yen ba bibiara wo Ghana haba bia he pasco ni bi wo ho obitimi anya bi ayede ato se de wo hwe adio no ho a ya kire ho liver support FDA approve se liver support se brebo boafo enti ne yebo ho dawuru a kire ho ba bibiara wo bia no say brebo pa dia enye he pasco herbal capsule pebinanom nansa da bia ya sori aye bo dawuro se galamse se ye nsuo se ye ya diane ne ade sa ne ma ya ekosu nyina organs amisumo mu liver any kidney brebo no ene u kidney no ana ehu ebe den ebe ba asem evi se nsuo ne adiane a wudi no thousands na ayeden adolsuom enti da bia udi no ekum obrebo no na ebe duru achebo se wanya liver issue unhu ba bia efiri ebia wo de nya hepatitis aha brebo no ebia wonnom nsada nanso ne akache so obrebo no afeli umba bi efiri ba enuane ne nsuo na wonnom no efiri areas of galamsey na da bia yebo hu dawuro no eniti na wo se onya he pasco herbal capsules ni bi na esiesie brebo no process ha no ekoso a atimi ayeden afiri ho enti anopai de kope he pasco ni bi ba bibia anopai wo a wutie ye no kope bi mesi numbers no su bi 0557
0557
45 35 79 and 050 145 92 55.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Na edro ne de se ne adok e kan edro no ya bo ahwete Ghana afana nyina da bia ubeko bibia no ubenya bi ato nti na he pasco herbal capsules e bi mu kra ato ne din se brabuo mu boafo because of adwuma pa edro no elbo na elbo amanfo ewo omo ebrabuo mu oha omo no edro no eyibo adwuma ye pa nti won omo ATA na omo hwe a omo Accra ene ne mpotamu no omo ebetimi avesite Casco Herbal Shop no e mile 7 Presby Junction ya yankasa ye shop nti wo pedro ni bi atu aton ana se wo pe bi anoma tutu anama ne Casco Herbal Shop mile 7 Presby Junction. And as a Halloween's pharmacy, and also a Okashin drug lane, Good Health Natural Health Center, and also a Alajo. Kaswan so dependable herba and the tribe of Judah herba. Ashama and important House of Drugs, Pokuase Hidden Leaf Pharmacy, Awoshi Nigeric Pharmacy, Medina Matiti Pharmacy, Ewo Zongo Junction, Anna Asori Buche Junction, so Oko Samini Herba Shopper, a drone Ubenye Biato. One more in Salomon important Randy Pharmacy, Koforidia so. Casco Herbal Shop. Afi Kumasi Hanso so Misty Herbal, Freddy Mens, Pausa Herbal, Blessed Requa Herbal, Medkin Pharmacy, any Colinac Pharmacy, Hosu Benye Biato. Asante Mampon for Yen you men film, Okosewa Herbal, a drone Subenye Biato. Takradin important move for Omudi Omuhiapa because the Galamsey is very prone in that region. Oko AAA Mens and Sir Charles, Kojo Chrome Pharmacy, Oscar Pharmacy, Ebedet Pharmacy, Honina Wit Menya Biato. Tamalene important Zoe Herbal, any Socrates Pharmacy, Yending so a large lawyer drugstore, Mankesim, Jeff Pharmacy, Cape Coast, Salamat Herbal, and also a Petty Junction. It's nice a drone, Ghana afana nyina de okwa ubenye biato obi etie anaso ohwe na baby onu ne tie anaso ofri ya mbohodin a eni ntina ye numbers na e tre numbers na eto e bia wo adamfo bi o maami bi ebeba won nchen se onu enya brabuo mu ha na opedro fa numbers na ma no na on friend ye ne ebedi inkomo numbers no ye sorry so no na numbers na 0557 453579.
Great.
0557 453579. And now say 0501 459255. Internet is all about.
Thank you very much. Casco Hepasco Heba Casos. Liver support. Eye brebono eho adwuma ko nakopebim. Chairman NS Kweku Ejei, George Akom, Richard Ajiman are my guests anopay. Happy birthday to you. Nana Efia Ochrebia Adofo, our beautiful wife. We aye Minia Adofo Danso Nehokafo Adolfo Danso are award office of the former Vice President, Dr. Mahamadou Baumia. Boshe, can you help me to celebrate this wonderful woman? Na Ministre Nyankopo Inshra Emfa Emano. Eye Nana Efia Ochrebia Adolfo. Eye Minia Adolfo Danso. Ne hoka for enonom Sarah enso ena Dani Kwabna Opoku Entry ono eye a member of the NPP USA branch. Se said ye or say or call for branch organizer ewo USA. Dani Opoku Entry, a happy birthday to you too. Nyankopon Enshao na onye wokese faunfri amu enko adumu na bibia enye fine emfa emau. All right, yamra na yemedi nkomo. Can you help me? Okay, so Dennis Miracles Abwaje will be at West After this Sunday. Only Honorable Henry Kwabnaku Futi Chairman Apia Kubi and Wanda Num and Patrick Barflex Num na welcome honum. Time up Yemedi and Como electricity tariff up by 9.8%. Water tariffs up by 15.9%. Public sector wage increment 9%. TUC4 issue a strong worded press statement. We must say Monday, Omubaya press conference, and we outline and Yama Wumu and Amutua Wumu Ebetu in response to this tariff increment. And Edie El Honum. Mamen Kenkai way from the coalition of unpaid nurses and midwives. Wumu so enumasem anase wumu ehawu umu ewo minkenkan bi emfa emawe. Na it reads, I say thank you Ghana, but our pay is still not complete. And it was dated 2nd December 2025. I say the coalition of unpaid nurses and midwives Ghana extends heartfelt appreciation to the Ministry of Health, GRNMA, all media houses, bloggers, and the new stakeholders who stood firmly with us during our long and peaceful fight for our salaries. Your solidarity has pushed the national conversation forward and has already begun to yield results. We acknowledge the payment of 1 month's salary in November 5. Indeed, this payment confirms that when we rise together, we cannot be ignored. However, 1 month's salary after 11 to 12 months of dedicated service is far from satisfactory. In fact, it is a painful reminder of the magnitude of neglects nurses and midwives continue to face in this country. Our members have endured death, eviction threats, hunger, psychological stress, and daily humiliation, only finally receive a single month's pay. This is not relief but an insult to the nursing and midwifery fraternity. As publicly promised, we expect a clear written payment plan for all remaining arrears latest by the first week of December 2025. We again expect a full payment of all accumulated salary arrears with no justification whatsoever for delaying payment beyond December 2025. As we enter the final month of the year, we expect the government of Ghana and the Ministry of Health to match our sacrifice with fairness, respect, and action, because the hardship is unbearable, the delay is unjustifiable, and the world is still watching. We remain committed to the peaceful engagement, but equally committed to demanding what is ours. Signed, Stephen Kojo Techia, Convener, Coalition of Unpaid Nurses and Midwives, and then Jane Ofori Atta, Secretary, Coalition of Unpaid Nurses and Midwives. Womo asem enie. Se omanya adwuma abosumi dubaako. Ebinim mpo aye abosumi dumienu alkaboma eye afia nesa. Na aban ekwa akotua omu ka aban ede bosome akatua na ama omu. Enimtiabuo atenie eka ye di omu efiera no mo mahenhan omu dan ehunahuna omu se ebetu omu ni nyina mu no aban ese waboye mfita eduku yenti obia nyuma na anu da otoche no eno anu mo sa to biu enti bosome ba akopɛ out of the 11 to 12 months no na aban atuade ma omu no wo mu wieye no eno mo sa de nkane abo anu nsuo bo ekosoro TUC for say ade aban aye no areho eyatimdidie eyanimguase aban ni abadaye no mo twen se adwada ohun se twefo bedi nkomo eho enu mba kire de ombeye ye boga obai $1 ama wo de phone ebe kire se ye hwe de wo phone so akom maache
Oheneba bejoso aburu
asetre mu te sei
asetnem
nkane abo nsuo bo fanwo a woto osuma manfo esomwo sika utua wo mu services that people render to you, living condition, just opposite with the aban so eye ediama wama waharo ete say
Oheneba me dase mame mu achi na me ncha hwefo biem
joso abia
ete benade ya na ehia ya na ye di nkomofa we ase ni Ghana especially abrabo mu nsem me ma ote ase se Ghana de ye ya yeto aba microphone no sakwanya ba dodo no aye ya ye wo fom ni ye bre nanka o ma de ye nyina ye ntimi nkoya kandifo ne mum ye fa bato so ene ye yi wo mu na wo so akosi ya nem enso so da bia ye de na ye sutra ase de ne bia ye mum na ye som wo mu every se obi anya kwanya kodru so ha nka de o so ye ne se obehwese nhihye pa obeye bia na beboa mobrofo ne ehiafo but especially we hear NDC amamu a omubu ya said the ma promises and nkrofo bebre wa rehemu enema omu kan ye se na MPP ntimi nye no mu susu se omu ba ya America so omu betimi aye no we hear said ye koye anim ya enye sa na ye hu no boshe bebre ba Oheneba mu hye almost be 270 something mufa kura omu ntimi nye but the bia kan benya bibi di agina so omu ya no matutu ahye dum ni adan sa bandada and until Ghana for to abamamu we don't have anything to complain about again namunim na president kura his excellency John Dramani Mahama de wabedi akomia ne bepe ntino wo bonto na me expect say ne bi wo ho a in rare terms and say wo boss kura every time wa onya akonya for the first time no wo de koya ma can be drew say yeso man kura ya wi amana kadumpe entina wonam anu wo hyebon yem bi de na ye ka hye wo say nye boksha ebetimi abem because nsem no kura wo de tun sane ani a nenya achievable me kai one of the meetings ye woni students bi share also on be more automatic employment MPP de so ye de bubu no tot ne wo mokro mo wi a nyame ya aduma ya form adwuma no ena bosome ba akopɛ akatua ne no na nyame ngongo hene ba yesin dia jeans because kaya a teacher fu emire bo mo kira de afi ne de ho bosome ba akopɛ ene de ma mo ntie no na to aso but me biom de yesi ye kan nkwantia eno na wasetem bia na ye kasa ye pese ye kire se ye ni mo mo firi tete hene ba se o first standard of living eniema ye de measure ni bi quality of housing, access to healthcare, access to education, job quality, level of income, access to clean water and electricity, then life expectancy, quality of transportation, and leisure and security. Nneɛma amabobo so ya as measures for yɛka standard of living, you know, ɛwɔ soro anaasɛ ɛwɔ fam no. Saa nneɛma wɔ ne yɛde determine. Deɛ amabobo so nyina wofa ebia maako a wobɛhu sɛ ebia ni hɔ a ɛnɛ sɛ woyɛ dwumayɛni a na wopɛ sɛ bia wo ha da ya wobɛfa wo ho adikwa. Even yɛ dan no koraa no sɛnea wopɛ ne deɛ wobɛtumi ahan sika yɛde ma wo ntimi ma wo ntimi ɛnhae kɛseɛ. Healthcare ɛno nti na yɛnim deɛ mu no ɔmampani dada akɔfoɔ baa yɛ ofi sɛ daabi apomudere deɛ woyi firi bibia mu nyɛ yie sɛ bempani si so ayi yadeɛ enti yɛmpɛ kwan yɛbɛfa so a wɔn a mɔborɔfoɔ a na wɔn nyɛ sika entimi nkɔ asopiti ebia yareɛ ketewa bi nti no wada hɔ na yareɛ no de ne kɔ ne kra akyi yɛmfa mmra tam kra ba wohwɛ resistance NDC for the share ma mu kan ya akɔsi sɛ nyɛ yie na ɛyɛ bosire mu ka ɛne tumi ba so ɛma yɛyɛ ya korakora no abɛduru mpɛmpɛnso bi kora bɛduru mmerɛ bi ne komase yɛsɛ yɛdeɛ yɛnkɔ deɛ bɛ agingo na mo frɛ ne sɛ dɔm de bɛto yɛ hayi capitation ɛyi a wɔde bɛto ha sɛ wodeɛ wotua da biara no wosidi kɔ hospital baako pɛ yɛma wo nkɔ baabia biem ne nyinaa no yɛyɛ ɔmo bɛtoo so ɛnɛ yɛkɔ yɛ anim koraa deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ yɛsuro a nasi a obiara suro ni sɛ wɔ sɛ beto premium anaasɛ wɔde sɛ rate no ɔhanu ɛne akyire bebree kwa nti ne nyinaa yɛ nneɛma ɔhene ba ɛnɛ wokɔ asopiti hɔ a healthcare meka ho asɛm yi sɛ ne ho asɛm sifa yɛ dɛ ɛteɛ na obi koraa bɛtumi akɔ hospital hɔ a ɔni sika a nanka bia insurance wɔ ana cover no ɛnɛ wokɔduru hɔ a insurance hu nneɛma saa yɛ nwonwan ɛsiane sɛ ɔmo baeɛ a ɔmo pɛ sɛ adeɛ bia legacy bia MPP ayɛ bi ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo to twene nti ɛnɛ nneɛma a ɛgyaa hɔ a na mankrɔfoɔ kɔ hospital ɔmo ho hare ɔmo te sɛ data ne record so a yɛwɔ ɛkwan ne ɛfa ɛnɛ ne nyinaa ni hɔ wohwɛ kwan a ɔmo fa so kyinkyim asopiti ne other areas yɛyɛ health related na ne nyinaa no ɛdi adanseɛ sɛ nkɔ yie over access to education you can say free senior high school here one of the poverty reduction strategies here na do dan kwakufu ado sha ase so be po mampani adi obonto agina so baaye edi ne bo hye so ode baaye ai sha ase fe nipa gumu a ebewi akire no omo mpom bibia yenti e no omo cassette double track nso so and one of the innovative ways e bo ma nipa dodo a omo ani agi school hutimi ye dey ekobi ene ni nyina no omo baaye ene awofo sebi omo asa akom dade meka omo bo eniema a omo toto ni nyina no e ma sika nka ohene banka na do dan kwakufa do na nka betim dai bibi ni nyina e hwere omo ene school tare de ni nyina no e ka konenim na badwuma fakora de ne bobo ni nyina ye standard of living measures ni bia magunu a ye share omo bo 24-hour economy 100 million 1 million coders num ni saa de ni nyina ne ohene ba yehu ba bia akwakofa woka no motutu ahedum ni adan saa na ye si market ye CDND big push ne market UCC a nipa dodo se ne bitima emu adwuma budget kura mu ridi ya ni fi se ni da so bi befiri mu aba na nka sebe mabunu a tifia a wo munya adwuma nya bia ye no ye so munyina me libres fi se adwuma no ayebe fo mu no egi se yi akwa ni sisi adanda big push na dodo no abenya bi enti enkosi da ben ena sa enwuma ni nyina no heba ebetimi aba so ama o mo etimi aye de enya bia ye ni nyina didim na ye ka kwa ifi se bia nka ye ho be hare ye ewo kwan foforo so ama sebe ye nka ne abo ani ye nsuo bo nso akofo mu a afra se omo atuma ma sabire nso so a ye sa akọ 2026 ye bakra ye ntimi enhu ne pomasibre nanso ni nyina woji wakatua no bia hene ba no bi na woji kokotua wo omo nso omo nya dwuma nso so no abi na omo ko omo adwa so ko chinchini dim kokotua bae na yenim se bia nka ho hare ba mabaji wansi du fu wa bia so senka bia edetima boa ma electricity ka ɛde ho nneɛma nyinaa aba fam nanso so ɛkɔwie akyiri no Oheneba na afei deɛ yɛhu baabi a wansidi no impact a yɛhyɛ sɛ yɛkan sɛ wei ɛte sɛ wokɔto boɔ atopum yɛntimi nya hwɛ nti nka yɛmpɛ kwan foforɔ but Ghanafoɔ te aseɛ ɛhu yɛ mu but yɛkɔ yɛ anim ɛno anse yɛkɔ so a yɛatum nti Oheneba ɛba all these areas yɛma nnipa wɔ ani gye a ɛnɛ no yɛhu firi sɛ even security wise koraa no ɛnima ɛsisi da bi a bɛda sɔre bi a wobɛte yɛsɛ yɛkum wei wobɛda sɔre yɛsɛ yɛpra wei wobɛda sɔre yɛsɛ yɛ asomasi yɛ abɔ ne tuo ne nyinaa yɛ nneɛma a mo ɔman no mu anwu mpanin sɛ asomurofo dwo a ɛne ɔkrama akora wɔnya dabrɛ nti wei mu nyinaa yɛ nneɛma a Oheneba wofa ma mu a wɔn ba yɛde ma wɔn a wɔn ka nsɛm gu yɛ so twa ntoro ahodoɔ a wɔn bɛtumi atwa biara kyerɛ wɔn manfoɔ ɛma Ghanafoɔ nso so gye tum mu no yɛkɔ yɛ nim yɛhu ne saa nsuo ne nkanea bu esi Oheneba ba saa na ho kyerɛ aba papa ebi sɛ ba sɛ wo akatua no a yɛde 9% atum no ɛnua bi na woyi de akɔ asopiti ɛnua bi na wode fa car ɛnua bi na wode tonuru ɛnua bi na wode tu akane aba wode tu enso bo na ɛkɔsora na ma wo so sika no fon na ayɛ dɛ ɛfon any time of disposable income no ɛbɛyɛ ketua bia no other utilities ni nyina wotua wia wo ni hwee ɛte sɛ deɛ wonya dwuma enipa bebree wɔ Ghana ha Oheneba sika yɛde ma wɔn no expenditures ɛwɔ ho ɛne nneɛma a wɔn tuatua charges ahodoɔ a ɛba yi ɛma wɔn ntumi ɛnyɛ dɛ ɛnyina brane na wohwɛ yɛkɔ yɛ nim no nneɛma a nkurɔfoɔ bebree ka ho asɛm a ɛyɛ daadaa dwumadie no ɛyɛ prices of goods and services ɛno deɛ wɔbɛkan ne nkurɔfoɔ sɛ inflation ni adeɛ but yɛn na mbusa sɛ inflation no items bɛyɛ no wɔde determine the rate no because ubete se yɛse aba 6 point dien minim sɛ bi a wholesale nneɛma nko a ne ka no dia because wobɛkɔ fam ne ntesa na no yasɔre yɛse cement obi se aba sɛ 80 something me de ma abrante no kɔ adwuma kɔ bɔ sɛ da bi 100 ne bi so da so nam so na nneɛma a yɛse yɛtete so ne ade sɛ ne tie because hin ba yɛ ka ne nyinaa no enuane ɛne car for ne saa nneɛma ɛdan ɛne utilities ni nyinaa na sɛbi sɛ mu yire pia ɛma ɔmanfo ɛkɔ ahohiahia mu yɛde yɛnim sɛ yɛbaeɛ no yɛde nneɛma bebree bɛgu akwam but baabi a yɛfiri baeɛ ne baabi a yɛbɛduru yɛ a na afei yɛhyehyɛ nneɛma a ɔmanfo fii sɛ bi a galamsey ɔnyɛ ne yie ɔmoto abɛte ayɛ LGBT obisisei na nadoda nkɔkufo akɔdwa ɛlupre mu ɛdeɛ ne nyinaa bɛka ne nyinaa ma Ghanafoɔ agye tumu man na ɔmoto abɛte but wohwɛ nneɛma a ɛkɔ so saa bere ya enipa bebree akeka ɔmo ano atum but they are suffering ɔhaɛ te sɛ home gentility ɔmo ka ne sɛ mpo home gentility outside cry outside gentility home cry obevia no wababa be hede no wababa be so enti nneema no de Oheneba ye de inflation nko na determine omo performance minim se Ghana fo ankasa no omo wo fom nim se nneema no omo ka no en reflect ewo abonte vrize bibia ye ka se ye tobia no inflation aba fom no emu apagya and at the same time no other areas bi anka wo sika wunya wo be kwa kwehye ho na apagya no emwa akatua ya tumi minu na sei ni na percent ya ye de ama na asa ewo kwa mu dada asa because yesade akutua kanea bo yesade akutua nsuo bo but Oheneba ni nyina ye nkan konkonko ni nyina gina se enema bi a ye te se nsuo ya ye ka se emu ni bu apagya ye ka ye bo ho ansa na yetimi amakoso galamsey and the techira APN ndi se galamsey no mde ya yekom ekeka ho nsem PP4 na etun de bia meka se nyem PP4 na wabem ni se nya na do dan kokufo ado na wabem tumi anamu ka se na do dan kokufo ado wo mfa mra galamsey nya na eni ye ho wandisi fo nsem wo his excellency John Dramani Mahama nsem on fa sa tumi no eni hihye ya no mo suggestions ya mo opposition mo bae no o mo fa no mra sa ne ye kan ne ye nti mo na mo so mo mra meka na mo tu ho na mo ne ye nti sa Oheneba said ye keka ko edie minim se next year 2026 no nyama bebre beba no besene de ya betwa mu ko but ye de yenka se putu ohini ye nejo ba se ye beka ho asem so aye beka
Ajima na o kale se na ni guarantee de ko so ha no ye timuni o akwaba de ofri boko
de timunu
de be free boko Oheneba me fan chia ma abusuafo a me no
ko hu Donald Trump
me ko ura no hotel ho me ko hono
na wan hia no
na wono ankasa de men hia no na me pe no pa but me ho no
okay
me fan chia ma abusuafo a
okay
enu mo hia de man mo no pa chema ene minua ono abo akom ene wo ankasa me fan chia ma mu nyina mo hwe chiri moya ade se motimi atena amamu basa yi mu ami akwa aba beto uduru kutoka no hu nza ampa ndc aba eno na obi busa me wan ba se adintina embassy for na ha se san refuse visa sa and I'm catching and say economic situation of the country because o kwaje visa o social ties adie ho hia embassy for the ba say amamu ni nkoya so no no mana adasama no emu say amamu ni nkoyi bare embassies no omo researchers on research ma wo mu mu say de oman ni ye no ahokyere si na ede bebente obi obekobia oma nti no ha say refuse visa asabasa no nti moya de memfa nchiama na nado dan kwa kufuado Ghana mampanyin dada na memfa nchiama na bedi echi Ghana mampanyin na bedi echi dada excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na digita Bawumia eniema obedi Ghana mampanyin na bedi echi wo yeye na ogusua oyo mo my Ghana na ema de bia mani ejino na mebonya mempaye na masenya ye adwumaden se oba bi di Ghana mampanyi na waye bia mai Oheneba bi bie ni wa Dr. Ba adwini bie ni wa Dr. Bawumia mpa maya obitimi di bie firi bia bia beka ho wo mo mutano wo mo montano wo mo kan ho asem so ya dio wo mo kan ho asem so ya dio adie bia o my Ghana sisi yidi ho ade ncheche bia Dr. Bawumia ho the one ye be inflation aba from NDC won be dia 19 years obia nim say NDC dia won free military wu by inflation as at the time of President Kufuor be dia 56%. They could never bring inflation down. Dr. Bawumia be vice president deputy governor at Central Bank, and as part of measures to manage inflation one more year ya the inflation above from to the point to say as at 2009 ye before abemo na inflation in Basengo de gate we took it from 56. Ghana telecommunication e bumi na ye Dr. Bawumia President Kufuor di nyansa adin ko to Ghana Telecom board so e na tani mani nyina ba so bibia ye sika semo a NDC dollar ya ye ka ho asem ya obisi won na dia ba 1 obisi won na dia ba na NDC the dollar ko 120,000 cedis as at the time ye President Kufuor na ye with the domination ye can see can buy 10,000 and dollar about 1:2 ye fira ba money manager man about 1 nyina na o mampanyin John Dramani mama no ye minister for communication no waka ho wo mo na ye nyema basa bibia ne wo mbetimi aye without the man mfanchi amano Oheneba no pa we ensem guha ensem ha niema bebre ene kwachia ewo man mu na yenyina ye to aba na ye kan e kire Ghana for say bibia ni wono ma NDC for bitimi aye ye hu wo da wo betimi manage economy no they cannot lead the economy wo muntimi enni wo man ne kan do betimi aye say eniema dada na wo ho no betimi aboabo no no mahwe so betimi aye bia e na Ghana for say mfanchi wo munsa ye dia hye wo munsa de eniema ekono enye anopai na minua kasawo ka about happiness in life expectancy inipa ye ntoto ya etoto no abrabo mu nyina the most important thing a wo mu pa life expectancy so ko wiase afana bebrebe Oheneba mutiti mu UK ya ye de eti Ghana high life expectancy is very high there ubi bobla when you be nya be 90 years ubi nya be 100 years and san ubi wu ewo UK next wo 55 years 60 years ye wu a chese e bin si da kora but at the end of this ani mani nyina ani na at the end of the no happiness in this woman no bonus happiness in this wo so ro anyini che at the end of the happiness in this about prosperity and job security enti se ubedi ade na wo ye nhihye na nhihye ne ntimi ma amanfo a wo mo ye adwuma ehunto wo ma you bring happiness down and you break life expectancy down and 2 years kum krofo obadwenia within 10 days na wo fudwene witiri mi nyina ifufu o say suppression aye witiri mu ma amanfo fi say etiri nwi na eba white na eba kwa emakwa wo eye suppression when we think too much bi obeka chiro say adwene because when you need na ebe there be empanyimfo onyini a na bia na omadwendwena kosoro that is why it comes timrantie ne mmabaawa ya fufu dwene hwɛ minua otie no na bɔdwe sɛ nyina fu dwene so pressure wo nyia ɛne niema basa na wo fu dwene to wo mind de enke ye kyekere wo mind kyekere wo mind ne de koduru sɛ enipa fa ahodie ne gidie ɛwɔ anidasoɔ ne niema mu no ɛbɛba soro ɛde asɛm na asia afi de nurse for ye adwuma busumi edu baako a ni amu mo busumi baako ɛde asɛm na asi ka wo ye adwuma back pay adeɛ pa na nka ma back pay hu ye nika pa ne sɛ utimi manage wo ho a na sɛ wa mobosia bia na wo de kom nante mu a na nka etua back pay ni ma wo pɛ wadwuma ya wo ye nyina nko ablabo ahyese no ana chairman meboa ibu on maji ana nka dia koto prot ana dia to private car na dia ko dia said you want to susu afi dia NDC fu bi dia back pay no wo be ye adwuma wo mu ntua player wo mu kan 11 months udi agro o mu ntua se next for na mo mani anya medo o ma mo mani anya din o mu ntua we ya hu bi da samni ya o sa block kele ntua account wi dia so indi se utuo na se okoto aba ma abaya ono wo ba apo enso wo se nkola akwa ye exam se wo ba apo ndi wo fail wo mo sa na beba abaya na nka se ba apo eniema wo mu ye nyina wo mu hunu so minia indi yesre gana fo esre busuan fo be bia niema ekono rule of law any democracy ema ye kwan say imfi na ya to aba ne de amu no ye hwe no mu enye but obi anka bi media fo na mo kasa no mo nka bi ehemfo asofo eno na mo kasa no mo nka bi na imfi na kakra we say de o mo ntutu ye ni ye kakra na se say baabi o mu de ne nam ne de baabi o mu de ekodichi o mu de ekodichi o na de property pa practically and this if we buy o mu ye Minya na work inflation. As long as inflation no say above from why dey as long as there is a positive integer for the inflation no, the point is say any amabo ebekoso ana ameboa inflation is as expected increments in goods and services. And this inflation 8% kula the anticipation is that a year dia any amabekoso by 8% at a certain point in time. And say inflation in yamazelo and waka inflation abazelo na se o se wo na o manage economy no na o come adwuma for a 9% increment when you know say every single item that was wo mutu bia no is expected to be increased by the same 9%. Am I be na wo manage no o pese say adwuma yi ni wo timi survive and say won timi survive o community we nyina boom na hwe sterilization and one year any niema no be catch that will say NDC4 is on the path of making Ghanaians poor so that they can control our minds. That is it. Omo pese wo mu control yan enti wo mu make you poor. This is a socialist policy. Omo kusunya wo China, omo kusunya wo Russia. And omo de niema we eba. Omo bo o mai no. And then electricity tariffs and then water. I didn't need this for say. Mo buy mo bonya me ada woma mo si mati gold board. Na gold board no niema ye kola de nwanwa. Sika gold board sika twitwiri dia gold board e ba no. Sami jam fi yan so ani in won wo gen appointment letter April 15th. By May na won wo declare profit. Say adwuma wa ye de e ka chose bema. Wo ye kontompo for appointment letter April 15th near the mao. Board kulampo ye nyan establish a board no. How do you declare profit? Here then we juma. Moses Sami physical gold board the abade. Ye hunu bi da. E dey na asia afi dey electricity amoso le anumatum. Na sika na ye nyina ye nya no. Mo fa bi nto fuel ani bi ma power generating companies ne. Se mo dey sika no, mo di bi kwa akoto alupre. E di bi akoto yacht. Na mo akoti na mo akọ wel mo nam. Na mo de mo ntimi mfa bi hwe Ghana fo ye hwe abatan emma school a mo timi ananti kro ya bonten so aka atrum se be ma de wo a e wo se wa na ahwe no ɛna mote ho de nyinaa yɛyɛ din sɛ obi antimi nkasa ɔkɔka obi tu galamsey na akɔka wɔse mame yɛakye watom because wakasa me tu galamsey.
This young guy, Vanda Yabuano, Omajano, what else him? Oh, eh? So democracy have for some development. And also a Pebusu condemn Kakra.
Oh, and the trick.
Eh?
And the trick on the Martin people could have Jan. Oh, I go, Jared, or never made us. Jan, eh? And the man I will do no. Social strategy. You make the people ignorant. And more be and some of course in Kataso. We are make them poor. Money here, woman. We are give them little. Scam or monka. That is the social strategy. And no one end this for Africa. Air course war, man. Now, move to me, be dear. For the whole of 8 years between January 7, 2009 and 2016, more until light so that never in your life. Amoti electricity so and answer water so. The only time and Komodi Bible Buyan said Omote light so was when they wanted to increase it in 2014. Omobatum and ye they say dear Yakomu. And as I increment Romania Van Cano. Okaka home say no Mako go to and say Yatila. Meanwhile, want so and come over to Niampena Momentum. Yen ye be dear dear. Cumulatively, light and water. It is one. For the first time in the history of Ghana. Opin country say na dollar ebetimi akwa koduro almost 19 am yasna reverse na mana by 11. Let the NDC tell us say omumfie dudu on be dia 19 years no any 8 years omsa be di we no did they do that before? It is the MPP found how amania koda na ba ye every Russia and Ukraine and tokomu every COVID-19 amania de braye fuwa kwa ya koduro 22 per liter. We managed it. Emma Fu and Sabaya Bidu 13. That is economic management. That is your money any prior. Yes, no more than Nankasa warrior name. But I told people say, said you buy class and the kind baby. I drone I see more than if you could have near in Yamia Kong. Connecticut, we are Gabaka and no more dear Ganum. No, but you know, one cousin and no one book say, I dare have we are the person to mean. Makofa LGBT amana se on sign on wontimi nsi gina ye makofa cathedral amano on wontimi nsi gina ye mo de economy ahye ne nsem omampanyi ne ntimi nsi gina ye lezo omampanyi obeden wo si gina ye onno ankasa atro no on Facebook the time could the time so wontimi nsi gina ye atasa ni yatimi akohwe omampanyi wo ya ni masa de o ma ya hye ne nsa ni ya beduru na fanfare nkoa na yeye mi beduru ye na mi buza me ho say why would they insult asanso boache say chese wo mu kromanum asantini bia ko da wo be ma wo ho so say wo ye bia no na wo ma pekwa bi so no mu bedidu watem
eye ne ma mienu ebon anase boapayo anase nibere mensa
anibere oh na no wansa no wo ho na ade abon na we be ka ho na minua ye ti asantimemwa 195 kilometers of road nuclear highway na was over babe no one chira dodo wa asantimem one chira dodo say no wa asantimem baka che say asantimem project. What is the asantimem project? See ye kwa 195 kilometers no every greater Accra ebe beduru arma on chira dodo ebe ba asantimem hanom. How many kilometers are in Ashanti region? Mind you, already Kumasi to Ajoso is a highway already. Kwanongo banana do dan kwaku faru dia ma contract am ye kwan ato echiri dada. How many of them and ebe ba santimemu? Ebe ya santima project. Na wunni say dey see ya santima project near ya santima ya. Why not the Swami interchange na? Ni ye no. Why not? Ebe ya na expressway. Eno kura de ko okulum bole bamboy. Na senso bo achi a wo mo a wo no di na tem no. Let any of them ɛmfa ne nsa nsi ne koko sɛ memaye bia ma asanteman na ɛwɔ ha at least asanto wakye bɛtumi de ne nsa nsi ne koko aka se wɔ no na adodankɔ akufo ado ɛyɛ no road and highway minister wɔhunu sɛ ne kurom nie ɛma abantema abɔnten nyinaa for the first time me papa kurom wɔ hwim ɛne hwidiem go and look at us fast ama kurom na ka abɛnya saa nneɛma no wɔ hene wɔsi wɔn mu na wɔn mpa asantema yie na mo a mo ne na mo a mo mu tu galamsey mo nam sɛ asɛm so wɔakye ne mpa asantema yie na o bɛyɛ kwan ɛkwan na wɔyɛ no there is a dangerous route wɔn dada ekum nipa ɔmo banyin na kufu ado ayɛ kwan no the words ne sɛ uduru anyina mu kula wɔn sɛ driver fo no ɛma ne fa sei sɛ wɔn mane a Oheneba baabi a wɔduru na wo free asphalt no so asaba bɛte asi na wakɔ anyina mu fie no mrs some small portion bi o Mr. Bass and I know me fro ya me free ye ba ne ya so de me tie ma tan me ba me fro bass now de me bass wo akiri
boga papa bi eni ho fra bruchi be obeduru nkan fo bass na bekumas wo hwe kwa no wo hwe kwa ne se de aje se de ne bag be 15 bi a untimi fa nkofa flight ne ade na wo ba bag mi wo ba bag mi enu bag mi enu kura no ba ko ye hand luggage ba ko ye hand luggage ena ba ko na ekese na o nam kotra bus mo 7 hours
Oheneba me se ho kakra na yeye no baase no na mete animu me twa ticket ni wie no ena oba tan bi na ne ba ka no ho ena was bro on na seat number 1 no so no was bro ba bia me ba ni nti me pese metena nti se nkan hawa enka wo bra na me nko achi ena me na because akra ka no ho
boga ko ji seat number 1
ena me ko tena seat no so me se at a point ye duru o me na me ka kire driver say ada na wonfu wani mu nkwa emum na wonko dane won hu ho momma because baby a ye free quota no so asphalt no so ebeti asimu no so driver ni ye mistake enka bass no to small portion no I do not take even contractor one day to do that what jan was me kwa ko expressway na yet ya ni yaso nsem we so obi di adwembo na expressway na ye ne nam so abroche no here ni for expressway so here ni driver expressway so Oheneba here ni driver expressway so yati adma fu 1 gallon na atie no okoti si expressway so na so mi si route a unim de 1 gallon na be yew unim de 1 gallon na be yew ye Ghana ni ba do te be driver or expressway
so da me nam M25 no so I think I'm free Bletchley be fa MKMT case aba land M25 na junction I think junction 40 so me come see
me na catch
now driver ubatima ko be 1 hour ansa no wanya be dia atwa U10
no ansa no wetima da no
azu timi as it no kula no food desert ko enyeye gas desert ko enyeye I just head ko duru city ankasa
da no
I mean, yes, the fact is, I'm no can be expressway. Obi address man no can you say by expressway. Set to say, see it better take you how many years the bay and once they see by your kind as a super so antiasi. Untias and I say, also come and use
this criminal mindedness.
In
2009, President Kufuor na okuduru nsawoma na kuro no mo ye choked. And a President Kufuor yi kwan no e de kokoto akire. And this if well get me bra panyin samolo so ampofo no ye chairman etimi ko ensawe ko ka kire mara no mo to fa no se president ko foye di papa ni ogumoduma tima mo to aba ma no se won foye bebre to abetia because of kwana ye yi ni
ene enye no ne ye nam so
drama ma so ko yi expressway e dia fasoro se o dia fangulum e be 195 kilometers yanti kroma no na ntensere NDC for say Kasajan e de kwan ado kuro
so kwan ho no
wo mo e ma Kasajan e kwan bi mu enya kuro ma no ma since one NDC for expressway ye
chairman bramwe
Oheneba
boga no waba
boga ba
wan fa kapre ama
boga o yesare na se ma
ko
Rolf
boga ngoko nkete pa
obeyebi ba wenche watiefo ne ahwefo nya na Oheneba me yo sure say chairman ho ye
ne ho ye he's in court this morning and praise your court by his
emre no ye de ya nyame be na yenchia Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia na debia sere meka na ye besere the delegates omomoto about the polling station executives, the past executives, the present executives. Se omuma yenhwe se nipa ya omu nyina ya kaso mo ba contest so hwe mu pa emre we die Dr. Muhammadu Baumia ene e besre so mo yenhwe ne emfa no nko onne betimi aboa yen ame etimi agitumi anye bia no ya so na hwe Ghana ha baby o se nipa ko bia vice president akoko asi nipa nimu no si ede ne ko nyame ya adom na yeto aba ne de ne kwa ye agitumi no ebe easy ebe simple ne nim de e wo soro yie nti ebe sere se omomien hwe na yema Dr. Muhammadu Baumia enkotoa dwumadie ne so emfamaye na amenchia no fadishie ne onabo akwasikwado ene ni nuam omobo adwuma minority for no wo hwe omo contribution omo discussion about the budget ultimu who say yes
solid
sabe enye MP bia ni MP so ti ase yes enye dudu onwura ene ehia the ketiwese ne kora na kire se omo nimdie e wo soro yie no mayo madwen so se oman no edo makoma so na ombaye adwuma e de aboa oman no yes eye NDC amanyuku ene ekwanya omode Ghana eman enam so na de bia meka se eye trade unions ene sa labor unions I think say leadership no call yom de enam so no omomo adwuma yefo kra na minim se omo ko table no for negotiation omo ye proper consultation proper consultants lead team no and I say omo kwa because of the omo ni benya ado the day cut on benya out of negotiation no de kwa ye adwuma and omo dwuna adwuma for efo and omo kwa ye negotiation e de ben factors eno mo consider any abane discuss busa ne say going forward say just a percentage we ya ye tariffs ni emeke ka ho no kwa ben ana so de fa so eno no ya de ye nyina nim say most of workers and I say jumayefo ne Ghana for no your income you spend it on you see say ohwe say the MPP aban na nado danko akufado and Dr. Muhammadu Baumia any MPP aban the workers ya ketu asem efa so even at the time when nyina nim say wiase yare dom wo how ne amanihunu covid de ba ye ene it's a natural disaster say see wo man yimu ni wiase nyina no kura no aban no timi gina ne namo so etu aketuem anenya agro obia weke bia was very happy yes na dollar e was soro e no kure na dollar was soro ye gitum but na ketua aban no e de ma adwumayefo no na adwumayefo ho eto mo kakra se de ne ye huni ene ye se dollar aba fam no kure dollar aba fam artificial dollar na ye kana aba fam na me ene wo ehun sunsuanso o ma ye ene de anye bia Oheneba MPP was so bread and I'm 20 Ghana no and I got 25 Ghana cedis ene I got 25 Ghana cedis and more as at that time now to be a one more to me got 7 cedis no and I want more quite chance here 10 cedis going and I me say ordinary Ghanaian sebi ye mianom ye ma minimum won krase ye te ha ya djuma dia ye dia brabo aye bo nyina ba bi ye spend ye sika eye no kure se ne aban ka kire ye se dollar ba fam ti wiase Ghana ye ha nyina so ate no eye sa na ti hu ne sa ni ye busa ye Ghana ana akoto dokono ye bo dokono 5 cedis ene dokono ye bo ne 7 cedis dollar na so ate ne affect ene emebunu se bia nye bia no mu su a wo mu kamu menya sure se bebunu bia aba ha abeka se wo kope dollar to onya bi nto na so okosesa dollar onya bi nsesa the memo can say adwuma ni wo munya adwuma nye
enye jobs
eni ho adwuma ni ho wo sorry as finance minister no obegina parliament na wo twampoa yesi ato force tutua papa so na adwuma yefuo aketua ye adwuma e wo si etua omoka wo si wontua na wo bogana sika ho eban sani ebo Ghana sika oban na wo be ye minister ya wo ye minister yi bosome ben na wontua ho ka ye mfa ne se wo do be ye yi wo be ye minister yi wunya afi o wunya afi na wo kwa afi wo binsu ya fan mo bro wani akosukuu aye adwuma akosukuu ama awie ama ban afa no abane fan no man fa sakra na se chesa abane betua ne ka waye adwuma ko afe ne komani ska wusu atua bosom ba ko Ghana fo ye kayo na sa niema ye nyina eye the character of NDC enya de ye nwanwa because omo ya mebro baba abamu bia no sa niema omo ye na ya de a omo ye nso enha wo omo simple because say me nuane ka ye no ye mani pa no ho nkyere no na ye timi nye de en control no se be kwa bato a ye discuss se manchis mu de akoma wo omo no mato abade amaye na anya bia no uye eja na eja se mi wo sika na wo no unyi bi nhwe oma unyi bi mo abusuafo na wo mesu wo mewuwu wo mebre wo mebo brabone na sika na wo na wo de je wo nsamarane no e ho faso ne de mo se mo ye physical discipline yes and because of that and in Ghana for enkwa hu hiehiem na ye mre na ye nguwu ye hiem na ye de wei ekekere wo man ye de saa brabo wei ye de kekere wo man e ma ne ye yie na nka ye no ane sen ka mo ba ye ade ba ko Ghana fo gitu mu emeburu gitu mu pa ye 24-hour economy se mo ba be bua ama enwumanwuma mu abie bobabua ama private firms companies entrepreneurs aduma factories abie no ma running 3 shifts na yenya nso nim se ansa na aduma bia bakoso na bedi ye no o foreign o drivers and your electricity bills o tariffs that's electricity bills and your key fuel and your key and so and your key sa niema wei ana se bafem na se obi ebia adwuma obi wa adwuma na sa niema we kofo eno na mo otimi fa nipa ema wo mutimi ye adwuma ma adwuma no konanim na wo product so ba eba fam a product no aye cheaper and asa ne bua bafem ama obi atimi atobi na sa niema we nyina wo senke ye me anwumanwuma no sa wo 24-hour economy ni timi ye adwuma no sa niema na wo sa pagya wo pagem obianso ni misa Ghana ha anase wiase nyina se fuo eye petrol bo okosoro latisi bo okosoro a emakonya wudi dwuma no emane ye den emaka wo bo eni ye adwuma na so di bi adwuma no emane ye den ena ekofam so ko affect obi biara ewo manu sa niema we nso ena aban we ye wo na ese wo bama Ghana fo ho abeto wo mo MPP 40 more den na nana dan ko akufo ado na banti more den no mo be kisho so mo manage saade wei e ma ne ba fam se na be ya enwumanwuma e betimi aye adwuma na anye bia no e famfo so ho atọ mo no enne mo de mo ba ya enu na mo de mo ani ati asiso mo ma yeti ase Ghana for ha nyina eye dollar enti dollar no mo yes mo se mo abafam edinkani enkadie bebiem enkadie bebiem senka 24-hour economy bei na nko abo modern ama electricity water bills petrol abafem na nka timi aboa ama o matimi abiem afa mebunu no wo ba ya mebuna sebe aban dada atimi abomodin afa wo mo no wo na wo pam wo mo kofie pam wo mo na wo de wan kasa wo party ma wo fi so mo de wo ye Ghana for sene wo mo mu no edu wo mo ko hihim ene waye ene mo gusu amoye now yen hwe ye health yen hwe ya pomudin ho nsem ene wo mo be call hospitals complaining and no be call hospital anopa do fear number 5 6 afa na wo ba simple because say system a MPP abandi gu ho na anya bia no wo call hospital sesia na oniema go through ni ahwe no sa system ni yasesa no si wo kwa sa ban sesa ba amene Ghana fo a mo kwa yaresa bia akodi ayarehwe no ehon so na wo mo sadi amanihunu wo haw ani aho kire akoto wo mo so na sabi aban benie simple because somebody me twantro e wo Ghana ha ba bia ama sabi Ghana fo bi so timi agiatum e de ato aba e de atia MPP amanyoko ama ne ekwan amudi ya fa so nie ye de ye nka hwe omun koso asa akwan no omun fa so na Ghana for de so omun take decision no omun se ombetua ho ka emere no so a eho na abehunu ye ntu omofo omun to aso no omun do omun koso antwantro na omun kuso omun twa na wo ye sika se mo tibi ko se mo se dollar mo maintain dollar nti Ghana ye ni hawo emre no so Ghana for be kire mo
akom which other issue will you
look at who here because said yakeka bi no ano o man no ye kwa ya sabe say ya setre mu be dey ebe ye dey nyina no o man bia no
nantom DC na NDC constituency executive say Oheneba petition President Mahama say onyina di
fertilizer no ana
adeya fertilizer go musu warehouse 600 bags ayira ya na wotwe ntempe ni kunu abie shop auto fertilizer
katwa
magaja say every December 2028 no na eniema NDC for be no ahohoro Dr. Baumia ho am na ye fita
Madana ya ne say ya ka ho asem so many times unse say obi wa ban mu a nsem ankrofo ka fa no ho no ya na ebi ha ya pa na de bia ye ka se wo obi ahu se de ni subati ya manitumi ni sika obehu se ne nipa ne suban se fa ye de etie we aye kan se de wo ka ye wie afiwe ya na se mfie na we anim na akwanya ba na bia public accounts committee o mo sa afrefra na obehu ne ma ye bepi mu na NDC nye nkrofo aye ni mu dada ye hu mo amamu wa che even from revolution time wa besi time ye nya akwanya ye de ka mmebi nka bi e bae time kro yura ka bi no na wo mo na di akwanya no
yes
o mo di ya ansa na bedru o mampani dada akofo so aye so mu a 2008 ni efise niama ya ye nka betima to aso no mbe fa 2009 late performance e de bae ma o mampani na otiso yi esa beto aso 2012 de babe wie ya wasa babie ntini mani go aye ti aye ye nwanwa na Ghana for na ya na etorebe ha ensimu ha woka se de nanu na me kase se no man na de haye pa de ma to the days and how many se kwekwe jeti ha wo kase mu yi o ye MPP ni nti facts se won ensem no ontie logic o mu ntie evidence o mu ntie na oyi na sinchen se o ye MPP ni nti endima ne bebre na esisi hwe na John F Kennedy no kase bi was say economic growth without improved living standard is growth without purpose. Nti se osu ubu o man why you see kasemi yi inflation ni ade na still o manfo no bra na ni so ade hu ana se pepe ya o manfo benya no enya dwuma na o ye de campaign enema beti se inflation na interest rate we no ma ye campaign throughout 20 eno no mde ase o mani so se o mbefa so achinchim o man wo kwan bia so saa ne yakase o mo ba edu campaign time na MPP time inflation you say ene de ba say but was it prosperity must reflect in people's life not just in numbers So you see, I was say inflation yes 6 point something. But we could just we ba na entisa. Enti wo awo no at the end no final consumer na da bia wo bre. Said na ajingo kan. Wo mo akatu yanka mu da. Wo mo hihye ye bia se ye be wie de fa wo mo ho de. Entententem no na obi ade ama wo mo. Oba ya wo ye finance minister yi. Sika nyina wo no hoyi. Now so the women sika no so am ya boy ensem ama no manfo mra. O man be na o chichiri anase nipa na o koso mo mfa so be na o munya firim. Na ye de da bia ye beka ho asem se achie mu yes na bebu bia mu de se mpa ya na ye bo se nyame be korakora ye mfie na ina asem bia ye ntu ye.
Chamanes.
Yes sir.
Yes mo book and research allowance mai.
Oh ebinum some institutions
because I'm reading from it's a technical university administrators in Kumasi have worked off the job and see
senior staff
senior staff
some conditions of service who
SAG members see the one time research allowance has been outstanding for 7 months.
Okay and no different issues I'm saying other categories of
administrators
yeah omo ho asem na omo kan nti Oheneba oman no ye de ye bompa ye se betimi achichiri ni yo nanso da bia ye suansu ni ye suansa but se dura batwa na ye wura fi bia ye free ba ete se oba wanyin bosome nkono na wa bra kura ha ba kase bi kura ware no kura onya obeja na se nkonya kura wanyim biem onya wo wia na ne wura fi sana Ghana amamu no aye wo hwe time from time na ndisi beso akonwanu free 2012 ba ya bedru 2016 ansa na omu free so no ye nyina ehu ni esisi ye enti nema omu ye no enyi ye nwanwa na de ana ye de ka bi ni se ye ya ye to aba akonya bam yetimi hu se nema ye de agu nsani ni no we beboa ye we muaye ye na no na wose yetimi esesa eno na wo ka ho asem say we need to always decipher what will be good and what will be bad. MPP ye ba nhihye bia ye de ba bia no Oheneba ya na a long term effect you the short term but you didn't who kwachiri a ebekwa ko wi se ye bewie no na obi anya ho mfaso kasem ana ye ka ho asem sa jingodi wa benti onim se yakọ ho agyan wo expressway ye nka asem ye nyi kwan wo but mpanisi ye ni hi ansa na ye ne fata sebe ye se bi hwe no mu na to bia ebre Bible kura se be kwa didi no ma ye nsa nka foforo nya dai egum ntin ye se bia obi ka se asenso kwachi da na di se bia nka we be hwa ye wie we ye wie ne sikaba na ye betima ya why not but baby a ne nipa hiafo wo fa no de e ko de hia cars ya ye de be ye commercial no dodo se ne be ko ho nti long range cars no na ye susu se
ajima
bia o mu benya ho
bra mu bie we
nti Oheneba ye de
ankofo mu timu asen o mu ba Chelsea foi
Chelsea kasi Chelsea asande awanya de
umasa na nyame nwanwa efida meti se ese papa shi we Chelsea ni na nyame nwanwa biu
Papa Shiva.
Na Papa Shiva na nimno kruma.
Oye Chelsea ni.
Da material bisa ade bia wo Chelsea hu bia nyam ngonwa biu.
Oheneba papa de.
Ntina ya na nzembe tototu yen.
My pa review so da kofa.
Oheneba
aka enase na 2025 no kona wiye.
Aka ena
about 27 days.
Yeah, 26 days specifically.
Sabane ka say every year we obesi 600 chip compounds. The next year next week mo sha na mo hwehwe mame.
Oheneba.
Dodo almost.
Oheneba.
Se yenko ka se bia no ma ba chie nto mo anse mo kan no.
Oheneba.
Ene ye de be so mu de mo abusa mu a so mo kan you.
Wase.
Me go see say.
Wase. Se wo ya politics a. Twa kuntumpo kakara. No waka no kore kakara. Kakara. No anka so wajia tumizo no twa kuntumpo kakara.
Is that kuntumpo no ya mo.
Nya kakara. Onto obi kakara de. Wono waka ne kakara. No wa
ne kakara no.
Abusuafo wo muti anopai ye besero. Particularly ni MPP tuhine ni esi ahene for delegates any former constituency executives a mobeto abani bi nyina mede mimre akai ebe tumonye mo se yesre mo mi ameto abani bi nti nanka America de pa but minti minya Dr. Bawumia wo munti asenya ba se ye baba boa ni nyina
asemi na hwehwe me buyo is it December January me good ya me yakura jama ana so bia nduka say
mo bia for ya bantu kwan ene dia ma say ni ma enti already
mo bantu kwan say
ya mo bia for ya bantu
ajo wa so me nya prozi
Chicago for si wo 13 December wo mo di wo mo end of year na ka wo
be the program na to musa to February
yesere busuafo a
o do ko kakra bi na san abra
obia yesere mu ya de na duru no jo mama mbo NDC for command no
another
your friends won koto abama nso wonya 98%. Wonu mpo that time no na ono ne wo mampanyina wote akonwa so as we speak ni record a woye no obia breaking Dr. Baumia was not a sitting president.
Oh yes,
John Mahama was a sitting president. One wo mampanyina no wote akonwa so na wasenya ko one term penso no wonko two terms. Ghana for man sa humiliating defeat ni say wo wabon kofi eno masen akọchichire banche hu eno masen abeto ama yete
ba banche more
eno dey say amanfo masen ato eno yasen akodi say mama ni me ka say ediesi me hunu bi 2009 2010 by 2011 na akwa na obo onyo no dey say the obo area no Lucky Mensa ono obo onyo ma NDC for e ma omo ba ba mu 2009 no by 2010 no obo onyo so the ekone ngoyi eni yekan no mo si yeboa eni mo si yeboa
na se dun madam ye no Facebook ba de jijimani
o mampanyi John Dramani
do na me feel a bit stressed up na makopuli me namfofo a mo NDC for the young guys no
na omo
na mako mo Facebook page na me read na me stress me read o mo disappointment na comments e was you know na me stress edobi oton fi ha dondi ni wotwea
yesere wo mo to oba no pama alaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia of course na me ye kono last wa Oheneba abla na me wo Chicago no me wo fa
bogesi
kwa bra bi dapa na wo Ghana no wonna no ye Water River Authority Director of Transmission Water River Authority wo free amanyame pa Saturday be memne de
ukabruchi na no ya wakukunu
na wa wu da dansa na meko
okay
ba ye de na ba
Jamanas
Saturday
yeah sorry
Saturday no ewo kwakonom abohia nti abusuafo nyina
Chairman
Oheneba we aseda Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I'm because of Nazareth.
Oh there be
so Jesus Christ you can the Nazareth as also
yeah sorry ombe ya do ye nra ewo Prempe Assembly na omoboa onaba kwasikwadu so omo ye nipa 100.
Oh okay.
Emo ye do omo from Pesuano so ekoi nti ye do mase se enyame nshi obabe omo yifri ebe enyame
omo so shatade black and white no obobo time
nyame ensho manana afo omo nyemo na yentimi nso mfamu society
omo ya de pra last year omo see
yes
I think 6 in the classroom block atuma kwa
mama omo ye society yes omo ye society omo ye nyame edu nti e do mase
ya omo mrefi ha ezi hia
nti me organize anati
me da say ya sorry na Fancy Di Maria
Raso head teacher
Raso
presby no himi
Fancy mo ba betroso na anopay mo a mo wo Western region moti omunka ache no mo beti omunka Wontumi 101.3 Western region is live aba enti di aka no enso so eba da ha na be ye no chief engineer enti